for tea now. It was just severe depression. He had a family, and it must be grueling. Yeah. It was a great shame because he's the most exciting, dramatic England opener we've had in the last 50 years.
It's my favourite England cricketer of the time I've been watching cricket.
Just never dull. I mean, never dull at all. Wonderful stuff, and a great player. It's such a shame. He could have scored another 5,000 runs for England.
But he's managed to keep a career going in cricket and not and do so with little risk to his health.
Yeah, slashed into the covers, and this one's left outside the off stump. Marine has really ripped through this over. Only one ball to come of it. Sorry if I haven't told you much about it, but it's because it's been very short, sharp, swift, and clinical. 1 for 3 off 2.5.
Give it a real rip.
Here we go. This is just perfect bowling. He's just such an accurate bowler, Marine, isn't he? He's not as dynamic as Swan by any means, but my goodness, he's accurate.
Yeah, but he's still capable of bowling the odd bad ball, but what he does, I mean, the first thing you want, or I want from a spinner, is somebody who spins it. I mean, well, it sounds mundane, but look, we've had a whole bloody host of them of rollers.
People so does Marine spin it?
Oh, yeah. He was
a right good rip.
Well, there you go. I think I knew the answer to that, but I was just checking.
But Smashy Miles did not. He was a roller of the ball.
He was Smashy Giles.
Yeah. Smashy Miles.
He had a very rolly action. His action looked as though it should turn.
Yeah, but it didn't really.
Okay, what about this? Did Embury spin it?
He had the ability to do it. He was too negative and bowled a lot of darts.
Yeah. What about Phil Edmonds?
He turned it.
Yeah, he turned it a bit. Yeah.
No, he turned it quite.
What about Peter Willey?
Peter Willey? Peter Willey.
He turned himself around.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to skip over this one from Jay Grover just because we don't really have time to discuss it.
Last over 40. This is down the leg side, and it's left well alone. Well, now we're intrigued.
He says, what international cricketer these days can't bat or field? There are a few out there still. There's a few old-fashioned number 11s knocking around who are bowlers and not much else.
Yeah.
Nuwan Pradeep from Sri Lanka springs to mind.
Yeah. I was really gutted when Chris Martin pulled of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fantastically shit at that.
Yeah. Good bowler, actually.
And Danny Morrison famously, although he did stop England from winning a test match famously once with the bat. This one is played into the covers. I don't think it was just like the near run out the other day, just wider cover, but they haven't gone for it.
Mornay's not quite in that league, but he's not a great fielder.
No, he's crap.
He can block.
There are 3 people in this current South African side who England should be just going push, go one. It's Amler. He's still decent slipper these days, but on the one thing, he hasn't got a throw. Morkel can't move, and Philander can't.
Well, Philander's not even in the 11 at the moment.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, in this tour party.
Well, that's exactly what they were doing in the last test. They're taking one to Philander and Morkel every single time.
Because they can't stop a single.
Here's Stokes, and this is just played. Oh, they are getting a nice little single here. They managed to force it through gully, and Marine it is who flings it back, but they get back for 2. Is Amler? You can get a single to Amler quite easily, can you?
He hasn't got a throw anymore.
That's why he's always at first slip.
Yeah. If you watch him throw now, it's almost an underarm throw he uses, and there's no power in this at all. And also, he's not the quickest.
He's never been quick.
No.
Got Faf off the mark, by the way, 2 off 7 now.
But he is a decent slip fielder.
He is. But, I mean, you always thought, in the last 10, 15 years, whatever South Africa will bring to the party, they will be an absolute crash-hot building unit. This side is not.
Well, I mean, there's some Faf du Plessis is a brilliant fielder. Bavouma's brilliant.
Yep, indeed, but there are too many passengers. And in days past, they didn't have that, did they? I mean, when they were at their best, they did not. They weren't.
No.
They didn't have passengers.
Callis and Smith weren't the swiftest in the outfield.
But they never needed to be. I mean, Callis was probably one of the best slippers I've ever seen. Smith wasn't bad either.
Here's Stokes, 3 overs to go before tea. That one is one that you would have a go at in normal life, but not just before tea, and it's let through to YJB.
Interesting late usage of the on Hayden as well as the short leg.
Yeah.
And they're just to try and crowd the batsman just before tea.
Yeah, indeed. I just want him to bowl that big booming in swinger.
What's the on Hayden, sorry?
It's the fielder who is...
mid-on.
We coined it as such because it's the position that Matthew Hayden made famous by plonking it straight to him.
First ball.
Okay. Oh, I can see it now. It's very, very straight. And now this is completely and utterly cut him in half. This is and I think it is an edge. I don't think it's come off the pad. Otherwise, it would probably be an LB.
Big leading shoulder of the bat.
Big leading shoulder of the bat.
Just whether that carried or not. It was certainly aerial for a while.
Beautifully bowled. And it very nearly did carry. We're just watching the replay now. It didn't, but he's played it with nice soft hands, completely beaten him. And you just do not deserve it to go for one of these if you're ready.
Manny's Hanokun diatribe has split opinion. Jay Grover says, Manny, that was fucking hilarious. Messi Jez says, I've heard enough of your shit, Manny, you're just horrible.
But I'll take that as a compliment.
And Wewe Pom Pom says, I'm thinking Manny doesn't really rate Hanokun.
This has gone to the Hayden position. That's the last ball before tea, I think. It's definitely 342. And 93 for 3. It's been a slog and drudge session. I think. Let's have a think how many runs came in the session, boys. Not many is the answer. About 70.
They only had 4 overs when South Africa came off after lunch. So it can't even be a bit more than that.
They were on about 12, were they? So yeah. Oh, here we go. 81 runs. 81 for 2. It's England session. Only just England session, but it is because another 2 or 3 wickets and the barn door is getting opened.
Well, they've got a tail, haven't they? And again, you go back to their glory days, and they batted deeper than
Sean Pollock batting at 9.
Yeah, and okay, he wasn't a top order batsman. He's a very useful man to come in at 9.
Sean Pollock could have batted 7 in most teams.
Indeed, and he was probably an 8, but in that batting lineup, he batted 9, and that was a really proper batting lineup when you had Amner, Callis, Smith, De Villiers. I mean, that was genuine heavyweight batting lineup.
Is Morris injured for this game?
Morris is injured as well.
Yeah, that's weakened them.
Morris and Philander are big misses with the bat.
Yeah, because De Bruyne and Maharaj we're not too sure about.
Maharaj and Rabada are decent lower order batsmen. They can hang around for a while.
But I would describe them both as number 9s, and one of them has to bat at 8.
Yeah. Brain actually, he looked all right with the bat in the first test. He didn't look out of his depth particularly.
No, I agree. He looked okay, but that's about all you can say about it. He looked okay, and partly the jury's out on him because we haven't seen that much of him. Okay.
But it's these two and Quinton de Kock, who we know how dangerous he is.
Indeed, I don't think it's going to be
this as well.
Wicket, though.
It's QDK's time to come to the party. He has to come in and stroke a 90.
These two need to give him the platform
to give South Africa a chance of drawing this series. It's all about Quinton, I think.
I can't see him scoring that many on this wicket in this situation. I think they.
What about if he came in and pretended it was a one-day match? Because he's just so destructive in 20. You just can't see him getting out. He just smashes it.
Yeah, but different conditions. I mean, it's a red ball, not a white ball.
He's a bit of a Joss Butler, isn't he? Because Butler scratched around in the Ashes of 15.
I think
couldn't buy a run, could he?
De Kock averages 50 in Test cricket.
He does. Averages 33 or something.
Yeah, I wonder. Again, he looks to me to be a better hard wicket player than he is on English wicket, and that's understandable because obviously he's played the majority of his cricket in South Africa, obviously, and this is his first tour to England, and therefore it is part of a learning curve. I totally accept that, but just the way he plays, he plays with a lot of freedom, which is fine in South Africa. Here on wickets like this, you're going to have to play tighter, let a lot go, which is probably not his game.
Well, it's about being not the way he plays a particular shot shouldn't particularly change, but it's just he has to be a bit more selective about which ones he goes at.
Absolutely right. Yeah, I think that's entirely right. If it's full half volley, by all means drive it. But he quite often drives in South Africa effectively on the up.
Yes.
This is not a wicket that I would suggest that is a good percentage shot.
But if Faf and Babuma, who are very stickable players with good solid defences, can kind of just tire out England's bowlers just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Quinton de Kock, if he comes off,
crucial stand. I think this is almost the most crucial stand of the series so far.
It is huge. I'm going to wrap up some tweets before and then go to the weather, and then we'll get off. Jay Grover says doesn't want to travel, not how depression works. Yeah, we're in agreement about that. I read it out. for completeness' sake rather than anything else.
That's sort of interesting. So he's saying that the depression isn't a...
Well, it wasn't that Trishovic chose not to travel, as it were. I think it's a point that needs reiterating, I think.
But it was the homesickness, wasn't it? He would be very happy to play for England in England, wasn't he?
It was all... yes, I mean, he didn't feel that the international calendar was appropriate for him with his health as it was at the time.
And were England very stubborn to say, oh, but you can't play just home? Maybe he was so good that England could have just said, listen, of course you can just play home.
I don't know if you can do that, can you?
Why not? I would. If I was manager, I'd just pick our best player.
And I'm not sure he would have taken that option, to be honest.
No, you're all in, you're not. You're either available or you're not.
Well, I'm not sure I agree. Carry on.
Jay Grover says, Edmonds could spin the ball, never saw Embury doing so. Messi Jazz says, arguable that Underwood didn't turn their ball that much, but did okay.
Yeah, well, he was a medium pacer, wasn't he?
Sorry, I'm taking issue with that, having faced him. Yeah, he could turn it in, he could turn it square. Look at what he did, albeit on uncovered wickets in England in 68 and 72. He turned it absolutely square when he wanted to.
Okay, quick spot quiz. Who's going to tell me Underwood's test match wickets first? Go.
297.
Oh, that was quick. Good, thank you.
I knew Matt was going to get there first. You don't need to turn every ball massively. Kumble turned the ball enough.
I can't see
you only need to turn the ball enough.
In this situation, I could turn it.
Derek Willis says quite rightly, Shannon Gabriel of the West Indies can neither bat nor field. That's absolutely true.
You just can't see him getting out. Very good piece of specialist knowledge as well.
Yeah, very good. Decent bowler, though. Roper 4.0 says we miss Paul Collingwood in the field literally every day.
With Josh Butler, isn't he? Because Butler's scratched around the goal. What has Collingwood got in his special case? I know. He's just gone actually crazy, hasn't he?
Yeah. I wonder the year for 41-year-olds. You see, look at Darren Stevens' record this year. Every single match he seems to do something.
But I mean, Collie got 100 and then he got about 90 yesterday.
And he's getting
a learning curve. I totally accept that, but just the way he plays,
still took a remarkable, incredible catch and slip earlier in the year.
Here on wickets like this, you're going to have to play tighter, let a lot go.
But it's about it does sort of double up. I think he's fielding coach sometimes. The way he plays a particular shot shouldn't particularly change. But it's Jay Grover says more selective at which one he goes at.
Absolutely right. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Full half volley, by all means, drive it. But he quite often drives in South Africa effectively on the up.
Yes.
This is not a wicket that I would suggest that is a good percentage shot.
But if Faf and Babuma, who are very stickable players with good solid defences, can kind of just tire out England's bowlers just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, and Jay Grover says, Manny, I'd be perfectly happy to talk to you about the pressure he wants. It is huge. I'm going to wrap up some tweets before I then go to the weather. I don't think Manny expressed an opinion to the contrary. Jay Grover says, last little tweet works. Yeah, we're in agreement about that. I read it out for completeness' sake rather than anything else.
That's sort of interesting. So he's saying that the depression isn't a...
don't compare de Kock to Butler. Butler is bobbins. Well, it wasn't that Trishovic chose not to travel, as it were. I think it's a point that needs reiterating, I think.
But it was the homesickness, wasn't it? He would have very happy to play for England in England, wasn't he?
It was all... yes, I mean, he didn't... Not good.
I think Butler's probably as good as de Kock for one-day matches, but on all-round cricketing ability, is he saying that
de Kock's a better keeper than appropriate for him with his health as it was at the time.
And were England very stubborn to say you can't play just home? Maybe he was so good that England could have just said, listen, of course you can just play home.
I don't know if you can do that, can you?
Why not? I would. If I was manager, I'd just pick our best player.
And I'm not sure he would have taken that option.
I think you're missing a trick. You're all in, you're not. You're very best.
They need to stop faffing.
Jay Grover says Edmonds could spin the ball, never saw Embury doing so. Messi Jazz says arguable that Underwood didn't turn their ball that much, but did okay.
Yeah, well, he was a medium pacer, wasn't he?
Sorry, I'm taking issue with that, having faced him somewhere. Yeah, he could turn it in, he could turn it square.
But yeah, that about wraps us up.
Albeit on uncovered wickets in England in 68 and 72, he turned it absolutely square when he wanted to.
Okay, quick spot quiz. Who's going to tell me Underwood's test match wickets first? Go.
297. 97.
Oh, that was quick. Good, thank you.
I knew Manny was going to get there first. There's no point. You don't need to turn every ball massively. Like turn this again in about 8 minutes. You only need to turn the ball. I'll just wander over there and put something on to the internet. Derek Willis says quite rightly, Shannon Gabriel of the West Indies can neither bat nor field. That's absolutely true.
Very good piece of specialist knowledge as well.
Yeah, very good. Decent bowler though. Roper 4.0 says we miss Paul Collingwood in the field literally every day.
Just Ladies
and gentlemen, and wherever else you find yourself on that spectrum, we go back to day 5 of the first test between England and Pakistan.
And we should have had a third. We all thought there was an edge by Adil Rashid, the second ball, before they went off for lunch. Definitely looked like it, but there's no hot spot, no snicker. It's one of those things they should have like 3 sets of them in the cupboard at the ICC, and just send them all around the world.
Yeah, they should just have some spares. They need some uniformity to this stuff.
Precisely. They can't cost that much. I mean, Snicker, I presume Snicker actually just comes off the stump mic anyway, doesn't it? I mean, it's just a graphic on your screen at home.
One thing is sure, if this is a price-based issue, then someone is shirking their responsibility to international cricket.
Well, exactly.
New bowler?
Rashid. In he comes. And it's nicely tossed up. It's played through, and they're looking for a single. They're waiting, and they're going, and a fairly easy single in the end.
What peculiar little figures. Tweedle dee and tweedle down.
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay, you know.
I think he needs his new jingle, I think.
Yeah, we'll get him a new jingle.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that'll help us get to kick into the Kickstarter.
Is there a way of contributing there?
There is. Go to the Kickstarter. Go to kickstarter.com and look for Gorilla Cricket Winter Warmer, and you can get yourself caps, T-shirts, a pair of them with a thank you letter from us.
Oh, and Rashid coming in again. It's played out to the sweeper, the man positioned at bad ball position, I would call it, out in the outfield on the offside. It biffed away. It indeed was a fairly ranked ball, and it got kind of what it deserved, which in this case was a single.
Yeah. Always got to have a sweeper though, haven't you? A spinner and these other conditions.
Particularly on the 5th day, I would say. In he comes again, Rashid shuffling through his overs. Oh, and another, it's very low bounce there. He tried to sort of hoik it away, and it was a very sort of high school indoor cricket shot, I would call that. It was quite wind ball, wasn't it, that?
Didn't quite get to the pitch of that one.
Didn't quite get to the pitch. I've played a few of those in my time. In he comes again. He's tossed it up. Oh, and that he's having a go here. He is slashing. It was a full-blooded shot. That it was a little uppish, and it was fielded fairly comfortably. But it looks like he's having a go here, Eunice.
I think that he's no one keeps Eunice Khan restrained with just 5 runs after 26 balls.
No, that's true. That's another good shot there. He's pierced the infield. He's going to get 2, I think. Maybe he's set up for a single. No, he's got 2 there. So they've clearly got a plan to Rashid. They're going on the offensive, as they have done all Test match, with pretty good success, I think it's fair to say.
As we see, Yasir Shah, is he going to be fit for the next test?
Looks like it.
It does look like it. Played into the leg side, out towards his team wicket.
Sorry, I was checking my responsibility.
Ross has just had an absent seizure.
Something happened there. I don't know what that was.
I don't know whether the batsmen are playing Rashid from further back in the crease, or whether the ball just is gripping and stopping and not doing much of anything. But they seem to have all the time in the world.
They really do. There's been some question that Rashid had been asked to bowl slower by the bowling coach in the England setup.
By the batsman.
We've got a tweet over there.
Brizzy Blade has joined us. Evening from Brizzy. Spent the day doing an accounting assignment. This test is thoroughly exciting in comparison. And Misprint, someone in South Africa has tweeted what I think is a picture of the intense southern sun, although it could be a UFO coming down to abduct her for some...
District 9.
Yeah, it could be like internal examinations, maybe a bit of cow mutilation. Who knows?
Well, no, they showed a graphic when England were bowling towards the end of the second day, I suppose, of where Adil Rashid had pitched the ball. And according, on the, they have the coloured strips.
Yeah.
Every ball pitched on a good length. but because the pitch is so slow, and he is quite slow through the air, they were, able to go back all the time.
Circumstances make it a good pitch.
In comes Stokes again and defended kind of awkwardly. They're looking very awkward at the moment. Eunice is going into very creative body positions, I think.
What did I say? Good length or good pitch?
Well, good length. No, but I was going to say, if you're 0 for 200 and everything's pitching on a good length, then it's not good length.
Well, no, not necessarily, because if the pitch is quick and you're quicker through the air, then you're not going to have the time to play it. The point was that they were just going back to balls that were pitched in a good length because the pitch was so slow and it was slow through the air. Whereas if you had a quicker pitch that was turning sharper and coming on quicker, you wouldn't have time to do it.
Stokes again, that's played away and well fielded for no run. Side,
and obviously the spinny
away, indeed was
drag the guy forward.
Fairly went forward.
If you can't drag him forward when you're supposedly bowling on a good length, you've got such a smaller margin for error. So then if you're pushing out further and it's too full, it's easy to drive.
The one thing is true, someone's telling Porky Pies about the truth about Rashid's pace, because apparently someone said that England were quite surprised how slow he was, and then someone else said they'd asked him to bowl slower. Here we go, Ben Stokes bowls again, gets a bit of bounce there. That's played away by Eunice, no run.
That's the definition of an optimistic ball. Having watched 4.5 days, and then go, right, you know what? I'm gonna bang this in at 89 miles an hour, halfway down, and see what happens.
Stokes tries to just get it under the ribs quite frequently.
More like under the skin.
Right under the skin.
Maybe they're still trying to rough it up so they can get a bit of reverse or something. I don't know.
In he comes again, fourth ball of the over, this one coming up. Ooh, that's strange. Again, pretty short, not getting up very much, and Eunice can easily get under it. But yeah, he doesn't. Very much remember that time when Moeen came into the side and started to bowl a lot quicker through the air and got far better results. Yeah. One thinks that might be something that Rashid might want to follow.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and everyone I think would like that. That's one of the question marks over him, isn't it? Is his speed through the air.
In comes Stokes again, and he's persevering with quite short pitch stuff here, not bothering Eunice at all. And I really think he wants to hone in on those stumps a bit more than he's doing at the moment, Ben Stokes.
But I think that's that's his natural pace, and B, if he's quite short, so if he bowls quicker, it's just going to be flatter.
Malik passing 7,000 T20 runs on the way to 51.
You want to be able to get the wicket dip, get it up and down, and ideally you get it up and down quick.
The loop and the drift.
Yeah, exactly.
In comes Stokes again. Can he trouble the stumps? Oh! And there he's got him playing. He's got him wafting outside off stump. Eunice Khan having no clues there. It was really quite a lazy shot, and that's another good ball for me. Another one of those, and I'm calling that a wicket.
Very much a broad bad ball area.
Yes, it was. But he had to go at it.
It's all right, we'll come back on the loop.
There you go. We got some tweets. Ross McGee.
नमस्कार दोस्तों भारत और श्रीलंका के बीच में ये मुकाबला
and Beardy Ed. Morning everyone.
Morning Bearders.
What's more likely, this test not being a draw or Norcross going teetotal?
Hello.
This game not being a draw.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. One is a statistical improbability.
Yeah.
So 43 for 2, 15 overs gone. It was a lively start in the first session. They were down to 3 for 2, and it was looking good. England had a big opportunity before lunch with some controversy, at least here, about a ball that we think was nicked behind off the bowling of Rashid. In he comes again. It's a decent ball there. He plays forward, and Hafiz plays it away, no run.
Just like him to try to Google it. Just hasn't been one yet.
Get his pace up. Develop his googly. That's all we're asking of him.
Yeah. And wickets.
Here he comes again. Oh! That was a leg-side-ish ball, and it was play.
Well, we're back at Old Trafford, which is blazing in the sunshine at the moment. Fluffy white clouds in the sky.
That's the definition of an optimistic ball. Having watched 4.5 days.
Clouds on the horizon for South Africa. They've taken 2 wickets in that previous session, getting rid of Heino Kuhn after Toby Rowland-Jones, the golden arm, came out again to whip Hashim Amla out for the third time in 3 innings. He's his bunny, I tell you. Hashim is Rowland-Jones' bunny. You heard it here first. I'm Gorilla Hendo. Alongside me, I have Al Hodge.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Jingles, and I have the real Ed Benson on my left.
Afternoon, Hendo.
People will understand that.
Afternoon, everyone. I'm louder than that. They're fake.
I had to turn it down. From the real.
They're fake ones. Oh no, it's one of those things. When you start your Twitter account, whenever it was 5 years ago, someone has someone has Ed Benson, Ed_Benson. So I don't know. I should have put my middle name in or something. But at the time when I was 17, it seemed like the right sort of thing.
But that all counts in your 140 characters. So Ed Theodore Benson.
How dare you presume that?
Theodore. Moeen Ali will start after tea. He's got a wicket for 3 runs from 3 overs, and he tempts Bavuma into a drive outside off stump. That's quite wide, but he strokes it rather than trying to hammer it. There is a man patrolling in the outfield, so he didn't really need to go through with the shot. It wouldn't have brought him any more runs.
Hendo, do you want jingle?
Yes, what jingle?
Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa. Genuflect, show some respect, down on one knee.
And Faf du Plessis comes to face. I'm looking forward to Faf du Plessis getting a hat-trick of shouldered arms dismissals. He's on the hat-trick at the moment as Moeen comes in. He strokes this up to a deepish set mid-on as the man at mid-wicket, I think it was Jimmy Anderson, did a sort of dummy run from mid-wicket, which kept him at home.
If you get out padding up to a spinner, I think you should resign.
Yes, probably. Is in again, bowls to du Plessis, goes back and strokes this away through the offside. There's quite a big gap there. And the man who is stationed in the deep has to do some work running around about 30 yards.
Here's your du Plessis jingle.
Go for it.
Du Plessis, life goes on, right, la 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 la, life goes on.
Now, I think you can take Heine Kuhn out of the equation because he's likely to get out in any situation as this is defended into the offside. But do we suspect that this pitch has got a little bit more docile? Maybe the ball has got softer?
I think there are gremlins still in this pitch.
You think there's some gremlins?
There will be gremlins still in this pitch.
Are there enough gremlins, though?
I think so. I think you get, the ball in the right spot.
What's the collective noun for a group of gremlins? If this is defended to mid-wicket and there's no run?
I believe it's a of gremlins.
How about a glut of gremlins?
I was going to say a grime of gremlins.
A grim of gremlins, perhaps. Ali in again, bowls defended just outside the line of off stump by du Plessis, and there is no run. That's the end of the first over after tea. South Africa 96 for 3.
I think it has flattened out a little bit, but I mean, a sporting wicket, which this wicket has been, is meant to be good for batting on the second and third day, and so we saw it do quite a bit yesterday. I think largely because of the weather in Manchester, the wicket perhaps a little bit damp. We saw some really turn yesterday, which we haven't seen today, and you wonder if that's because they've gripped. But yes, I think England have bowled well, and they will be hoping that they can restrict South Africa to about 250. Jay Grover's with us, and he says, "Hooray, we are back!"
Huzzah! We are indeed. Well, I'm just thinking, perhaps, it's sort of
Benjamin F. Stokes.
We'll do his jingle in a minute. But I just wanted to say that I think that it eased off a little bit last night until they got hold of a new ball again.
Yes.
With 10 overs to go, and then it seemed to be doing a little bit more off the seam.
Well, I think that's the uneven bounce we've seen really with a harder ball.
Yeah, a harder ball seems to make a big difference. Stokes is going to bowl a heavy ball, if not a hard one. He's always chopped that down onto his wicket. He was galloping back to try and keep it away with his feet, but he could have easily run into his own stumps in trying to do that, Bavuma. I mean, he's only about as high as the stumps, and that was very close indeed. It's he sort of stuck out his leg.
All sorts of different reactions there about trying to kick it back out and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And Stokes couldn't believe his luck. Or bad luck.
Got 21 seconds for Stokes' jingle, so
do it off this ball.
I'll wait for after this ball.
Bavuma has been very composed batsman again
He's
today.
resolute, isn't he?
He always looks good, doesn't he? Not the way he defends. The ball coming right on this one with the shot, he lets it come more runs. Right on and then past him as it goes through the keeper, and there is no run.
Here we go.
Ben. Ben Stokes.
That's just reminded me. what we are doing now on Guerrilla Cricket is that we are providing with session-by-session reports. Now, sometimes we try to make them funny, sometimes we just give you a factual but beautifully collected facts. Outside the off stump, he thrashes at this, and it goes flying over the top of the slips and down to the third man boundary for 4 runs.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
Look at third slip.
Yes, he's up. He's very tight, isn't he?
Very close.
Very tight indeed.
A helmeted slip. I have never seen that before in my days.
That's the way to get rid of Keaton Jennings. He's got the helmet on.
It's the way to shorten what Manny has described as the longest neck in Test cricket.
That's true. That's true. It is a long neck. As I was saying, we're doing reports session by session, so read those if you want to catch up. Because we often get people, as Stokes bowls a fuller ball, she leaves outside the off stump. Good leave. We often get people coming in at sort of odd hours of the day and they say, oh, give me a quick recap. What's happened? What's happened? Well, if you go to our website and look on features, you will find what has happened. And as we go on through the day, you will find that on the same template that the latest report is given is the previous session's report as well. So you just have to scroll down if you want to catch up on the whole day. And then at the end of the day, we do a complete roundup. Here comes Stokes turning at the top of his run, striding in to bowl with those 3 slips, one in an extraordinary position. Defended this time on the front foot to mid-wicket, and there is no run. The 100 came up for South Africa just a moment ago, 100 for 3. Bavuma's moved on to 35. A couple of moments of fortune in this over, but before that I thought he batted extremely well.
Absolutely. And Roy Pom says, the real Ed Benson? I'd like to see the real Max Benson, but he's chained up. $2 a month doesn't just go to the painkillers that we buy to keep our well, I was about to say keep us sober, but there's not the right word.
Keep his wits sober.
Keep our wits about us.
Oh, by the way, if any of Ed's future decision makers for this evening are joining us, then please tweet in and we can let you know his whereabouts so that you can come and pick him up.
Yeah. But if you would give us $10 a month, what would we get?
A regular shout out, like Mog does get, and as Jonah does get, and Diana Patterson gets. Peter Svidler, Kevin Partington, Bob Maxwell, Steve Pettifer, Jane Francis, Katie Cooper, Derek Willis, Rahul, Sid Spencer, Matt Burley, Doze Shave, or does shave maybe. Oh, that's good to know. Stokes starts new over into Bavuma, just a little bit of lateral movement outside the off stump, but he leaves it alone.
So would Paul Collins?
Yeah, he'd get a shout out.
Jay Grover?
Yeah, him too. Stephen Pike in Munich. Wai Wai Pom Pom. Chris Waller.
John Rogers.
Christopher Barlow.
Terry Francis.
Yep. Croydon Mike.
Anna Forsyth.
Matt Tewey.
Niall Connolly.
Indeed. Barry Shaw.
No.
Yes.
Not Barry Shaw.
No. That was a trick. That's the trick. The fake patron subscriber we put on there.
David Wood?
He would.
Yeah, he would.
In comes Stokes, and that's misdirected down the leg side, and it's helped on its way very nicely by Bavuma. Roland Jones at long leg to do the fielding. They get back for a comfortable 2. That also goes, of course, for Nicola Wright and Adelaide Barmies. Niall Connolly, I don't think I named him. Cannon Pandy, who's Knuckles' mum. James Sutton, Benjamin Orhall, Paul Jones, Jeremy Henderson, that's messages, Alex Thomas, Philip Shaw, Peter Lloyd, who's in like bystander, isn't he? I think Jack Parris, Steve Bryant, Nathan Halley, Will Warren, Graves Watermark, Zip! Not last, and certainly not least. Outside the stump, left alone again, and there is no run. So basically what we're trying to say is if you go to patreon.com /Guerrilla Cricket, you can give us money. You can say how much you appreciate the show and the fact that we give it to you free at the point of use.
But let's say I wanted to demonstrate that I was a Guerrilla Cricket, subscriber and listener. No, I mean, I could.
There are other ways.
Would there be any?
Yeah, get yourself a nice T-shirt.
A T-shirt.
A nice T-shirt. Really nice couple of new T-shirts we brought out. As it bowls again short down the leg side. This time, Bavuma can't make contact and it goes through to the keeper. You can get a lovely T-shirt of the drawing of Misbah ul Haq that Sofa Katie did last year.
Yeah.
And you can get caps.
Caps.
Just ordinary Guerrilla Cricket T-shirts in any colour and any size known to man and woman.
Wow.
So really, you should
Other genders are available.
Other genders may be available. We're working on that.
We're working on that. Efforting.
So, yes, go to our shop. You'll find that on the front page of the website. On the right, pulled by Bavuma, pulled well over the top of, the mid-wicket. But it's actually going to dribble to a halt as Toby Rowland-Jones, being kept very busy, comes round and they get back for another 2. 109 for 3, Bavuma to 39.
And Hendo, what if I love Guerrilla Cricket so much that when it's off air, when I can't hear the jingles, when I can't hear the highlights, what if you just want to hear Hendo's mellifluous voice? Is there any way that you can support us that way?
Yeah,
and get that in return.
Yeah. For £20 a year, you get exclusive access to our archive of everything we've ever done. Better ball, which keeps a little bit low, and Bavuma has to jab down on this and guide it out into the offside. There is no run.
He is limpet-like, isn't he, Bavuma?
I love Bavuma. I love Bavuma.
I mean, he's made fans here.
Yeah, well, grub.
Neck with the punch that he took from Joshua in the 11th round.
How many Test centuries has he got?
Man, 25.
That's what both of them said to Klitschko, actually.
Did he?
Alan says he's only as big as his stumps. Surely that's a slogan for a T-shirt.
It could be. Padded away by Duplessis as Mo and Ali starts a new over. It's taken a slip by Root is in a slip now. I thought it was Stokes. He certainly took the catch there. No, it's still Stokes. He's in outside the off stump. Defended just down the onside of the pitch with knowing how he goes to fetch it himself.
Jay Grover says Max Benson is in the arms of the Saka succubus. He's a traitor to his county.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, the good thing about it is that the fact that he's been in South Africa for about 3 years now means that he has avoided the ignominy of York City diving to the
dark recesses of...
You said this was a football-free zone, Hendo.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that. But I couldn't resist that.
No.
Moeen comes in again. He's in his 6th over. Into Duplessis, who presses forward. That comes off a thick outside edge. And Stokes goes to field it in a position of backward point. They take a single, 110 for 3.
Jay Grover says, bloody oath, I've been listening to you lot for a very long time. I'm a patron and I just get mocked and censored.
No, you don't get any of those two things. You don't get any of those things, Joe. We absolutely love your contributions.
Who gets mocked and censored?
Pushed up to short mid-wicket, there is no run. The thing is, you tweet a lot and we love that, but we can't read out every tweet you send in, and so... Well, that's just about the state. No one can actually guarantee that a tweet will be heard, but we try to do our best by most people. This is Wide of the Off Stump, left alone by Bavuma.
Nestler's asked, will Hendo donate his socks for Patreon subscribers?
Well, yes, it depends how much you can get for them. 20 quid, I'll give you 20 quid.
No, they give you 20 quid.
Sorry, yes, okay. Padding forward again, the Boomer to balls outside the off-stump. They can do that without really any problems because the ball's just not turning at all. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the order.
And Jay Grover says, Gorilla Cricket t-shirts make excellent Father's Day presents and just excellent presents for cricket fan fathers.
That's a very good idea.
And mothers and sons and daughters.
And mothers, sons and daughters. And from Darkest Baru says, afternoon all, the Patreon list reminded me, have you guys received my monthly PayPal contribution? I don't know if we can check that.
I think we have. I think I saw it go through. Because we do get informed about this on our website. It's not our website. No, we don't. On our in our email queue.
Yeah, we put your bank details on our website. So if you want to just go and check, you can check if they're correct. Jay Grover says, Bavuma is mint, Hendo is wise, Wesley not Weasley, long neck 11.
Yeah, Weasley. Of course, I suppose that's why you think of Harry Potter, isn't it? Yeah. Stokes will continue with 3 slips, a man at a shortish mid-wicket. I'd say shortish. He's 12 yards back.
Tom Wesley might be the name of an alter ego, a mild-mannered superhero by day.
It could be. Onto the back foot goes Du Plessis, turns this away through square leg. There is no square leg, so the man at that short mid-wicket has to run after it, and in the end, he pulls out and allows Toby Rowland-Jones to pick up at deep square.
You know, by day, Tom Wesley was a mild-mannered test match cricketer, but by night...
What was he bowling at then? What could he be?
Why do you think of what he was tonight? Roper 4.0 says, lads, just on the M56 near Chester, on my way to Manchester, and it's pissing down. Hashtag gratuitous weather update.
What?
Oh,
it's sunny here in Sydenham, and we're only
sunny in Manchester as well.
If you're on the M56 heading that way, you're maybe about 20-25 miles away from Manchester, so...
That's enough, isn't it? It's that sort of day, isn't it? With hot showers, driven by Du Plessis. There was a hint of it being uppish, but it's... run away through unguarded backward point for 4 runs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stokes has gone for a few, hasn't he? He's gone for 30 now. He's in his 6th over. So, it wasn't exactly where he wanted it to go, but he's picked up the boundary for it, so he won't be too disappointed.
Bit of TRJ now, wouldn't go amiss, I think.
Perko says, I thought you only got mocked and censored for 15 quid a month. And Josh Robinson says, every book on the shelves of the Library of Congress that you are not reading right now is being censored. Trump, hashtag Trump.
Stokes again, bowls to Du Plessis, presents a full face of the bat to this one, defends it back to the bowler, and there is no run.
Is that fake news? Hashtag sad. What? Fake news, hashtag sad.
The worst news.
Hashtag sad.
Alan says, serious question. Always dangerous.
Oh my God.
How is this team going to go in the Ashes?
South Africa aren't going to play in the
Ashes. There you go, Alan. You got your answer.
Now, there's an idea. Let's just send them instead. They've got a better attack than ours, I think.
And they won last time they were down. There?
Yep. Here's Stokes again. Wide on the crease, flicked away off Midland leg by Du Plessis. He's looking in pretty good nick. And I don't think anyone is going to get to that. It doesn't matter what direction they're running from. It's gone for 4. I'm worried about all sorts of things for the Ashes. I think that Australia... Well, I mean, if Australia keep their whole attack injury-free,
well,
I think it's an exceptional attack.
Can I stop you there?
You can.
Mitchell Stark out of the Bangladesh series with a foot injury.
Stokes again in. Oh, now that lifted on Du Plessis. He rather dramatically rips his bottom hand away from the handle. So just a suggestion that there's the odd gremlin, as Alan said earlier.
I will bet you. What do you drink?
No, petrol.
Moretti.
I'll bet you.
Modelo.
I'll bet you. Bet him one High New Ken.
One High New Can. Mind me a pint of High New Can.
I'll pint of High New Can.
I'll bet you a gallon of it then. In that case.
Whoa!
Stokes seem to completely over this is defended on the front foot.
Hey, big spender.
I'll bet you a gallon of Heineken. Although other beers are available, that Stark doesn't play all 5 Test matches in the Ashes.
Well, you might be right. And it may be that they're just wrapping him in cotton wool before the Ashes rather than sending him to Bangladesh. James Pattinson has also got an injury. He's had sort of an injury-hit career, hasn't he? But he's been pretty successful this summer for Nottinghamshire before he got that injury.
A gallon of Heineken against...
Hendo, make sure it's a gallon of Heineken, not a gallon of Heineken, because that one of those is worthless.
And I'd get into so much trouble trying to fit him into the pot.
You probably have to blend him with someone.
I had to cut him up into small pieces.
Not a legal defence, if anyone was wondering.
Yes, thank you for our legal team there.
But I'll come back to that as Marion starts a new over. It's driven by
that against
Bavuma to mid-wicket.
That against the half bottle of Jack Daniels. That'll do the trick, that one.
Okay.
Do we have a deal?
Well, he won't last 5 tests. No, because I agree with you. He might not. He may well not even start the series. Who knows? Ali in again. No turn there at all for Bavuma as he goes outside the off stump onto the back foot and just drops it down the pitch in front of him.
I mean, Mitchell Stark, though, in Test cricket is still, I think, the jury is out. Like,
really?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Have a look at his stats.
He's extraordinarily quick, and when he gets reverse swing in that later spell, it's tremendous stuff. This is swept to deep backward square. Westley fields, and there is 1 run. Bavuma's into the 40s.
I would have Stark in my team.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, he had that fantastic series in Sri Lanka, didn't he? But his current
Test average?
Oh, well, it's 28. That's pretty good, actually. I'll take it back.
Oh, flatter, straighter one from...
Don't let evidence get in the way of your argument.
From Marion
Actually, not on guerrilla cricket.
Sorry. Which is played to mid-wicket, and there is no run.
Apologies, Hendo.
No talking over the ball by ball. You know the rules, boys. Defended into the onside. Jimmy Anderson lets it roll towards him in a short mid-wicket position, and there is no run.
Jay Grover says, if you're on the M26, your life has already taken a wrong turn.
Is there an M26?
No, there's an M56.
Well, there you go. That's why.
If you're on the M26...
You're on Atted.
You are in a parallel universe, I suppose. There's an M20, isn't there? Ali round the wicket now to Duplessis. And Duplessis flicks this past the man at short leg. Easy single, maybe 2, as Alistair Cook, I think it is, chasing that back from mid-wicket. Indeed, it is 2. Duplessis moves to 25. It's the end of Ali's 7th over. He has figures of 1 for 40, and the score is 123 for 3. Nothing much happening for England at the moment.
No.
Duplessis has worked out that using the bat makes Test cricket a little bit easier.
He still occasionally likes to pad up a bit wider than he really likes, but just to get that pad out there. Jay Grover says, I get mocked and censored for 20 quid a month plus the archive. I feel you. In this relationship, never mind the bloody shirts I bought. Guerrilla cricket's a capricious lover.
Well,
run पर 16 रन बनाए और हार्दिक पांड्या ने 34 गेंद पर 22 रन.
Feeling keen, that's the way we look at things. There's a man with a loaf of bread on his head. I mean, what is going on?
Good morning.
There are people dressed as pillar boxes, and there are men with bread on their head. What do you call a man with bread on his head?
I don't know.
Use your loaf. Something there.
Oh, is that what you call a man?
What do you say to the man with bread on their head? Use your loaf.
Oh, you could say that. What do you call a man with wood on his head?
Oh, that's it.
मारुति गायकवाड़ स्वागत है हमारे चैनल पर.
And what you call
a man with 2 drops of wood on his head?
स्वागत है आपका हमारे पर.
Yeah, the old ones are the best.
यहाँ पे प्रियांशु कुमार ने लिखा T20 कब है? T20 6 सितंबर को खेला जाने वाला है.
Stand in the middle of a tennis court.
प्रियांशु कुमार.
Come back to that.
लिखा है हाय, स्वागत है हमारे चैनल पर. यहाँ पे लगातार 4 डॉट बॉल कुलदीप यादव. दोस्तों कमेंट्री सुनते रहेगा और मैं आपके साथ लाइव बातें भी करता रहूँगा और आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. इस ओवर की आखिरी गेंद आती हुई देखते हैं. आखिरी गेंद पर क्या करता है. लगातार 5 डॉट पर निकल चुके हैं यहाँ पर कुलदीप यादव. क्या
Is he bowling from his own end?
Yes, I think so. Jimmy Anderson bowling from what we call the inception end.
Well, I mean, good though. If he's bowling towards his own end, he can see his own end as he's bowling.
Yeah, that's why he has to bowl from his own end rather than...
What the sort of ego will just get uncontrollable. Bavuma waits on 44 for Anderson. Anderson bowls good length delivery outside the off stump. He lets the ball rather hit the bat there and just guides it into the offside.
Well, I catch you later, Mr. Simmons. On Twitter.
Jimmy Anderson it is. Back into the attack to the wicket of Dean Elgar before lunch. A lovely in-swinging delivery, and he's almost got Bavuma there as again he tries to force off the back foot. Doesn't really do it with much foot movement, and then subsequently, or consequently maybe, he nearly pulls it down onto his stumps. A couple of those since tea for him. But otherwise, he's batting very well.
I'd like to see. I know we want England to win. As a listener pointed out this morning, Gary is massively biased, just as we all are. But I would love to see Temba Bavuma get 100.
Yeah,
to really cement his place. I think it's so important. There've been no ethnically black South African batsmen who really sealed their place in the team since readmission.
Defended up to mid-off, and there is no run.
And I think it would end the Duminy debate.
Yes.
Forever.
Well, so Dumini's probably hoping he's just got money on him getting out.
We did have a very good article sent to us yesterday about, you'll find it somewhere on our Twitter timeline, and I recommend you read that if you can find it, or maybe we can find it and tweet it out again. Here's Anderson again into Bavuma. Bavuma comes forward. This takes the bat on the thickish inside edge, and it runs out to deep backward square. They come through for a single, 128 for 3.
I think there was something interesting about him coming, where he came into bat today. He came in
above Quinton de Kock, yes, which I think was a good move.
And Faf, I mean.
Yeah. Well, Faf has been batting below Quinton de Kock at 5, so Faf's come in at 5, but Quinton de Kock has obviously been moved back down to 6, I presume. Obviously, it wasn't suiting him coming up the order. Even though people were saying it early in this series that he should be higher. They're going to come through for a single there, as again du Plessis tries to drive off back foot, gets a thick inside edge again, which could have gone down onto the stumps, but at the moment fate is smiling on the South African batsman, and they get a single.
Josh Robinson said, isn't there a qualifying period before the South African players could represent England? I wonder if that's the thought about Kyle Abbott.
Well, yes, there normally has been.
I personally think once you've played Test cricket for a country, you shouldn't be able to play Test cricket for another country.
No.
And there have been a few players who've done it. Kepler Vessel's probably the last person.
And then there was a slight... I mean, you could consider there was a slight reason for him having done so, and having played for Australia, because he never thought he was going to play Test cricket.
But they never take foreign players to Australia. Anyway, Jay Grover says, I doubt the much vaunted Australian paint attack won't get 2 consecutive tests between them.
You might be right. Ali comes in, bowls to du Plessis, defends to, well, just past the man at short leg. Well, I think we're coming back to that question. We haven't really completely answered it. I just think that potentially they've got a fantastic attack. England have not helped themselves this summer, because I don't think they've had a look at the batsman they should have had a look at, which is Mark Stoneman, as this is worked past short leg. I would have been inclined to give Stoneman this test against South Africa, because I wanted to see him bat against a really good attack. I don't think you're going to get that level of attack when we play the 3 tests against the West Indies.
I think we were all really hoping Hasim Hamid would hit some form so we'd be able to pick him, because I think on that form you just can't.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts getting a few runs now, defended on the front foot by Bavuma, just in front of him. If he starts getting some running in the second half of the summer, and more than likely that he'll be taken to Australia, I would think.
Because I'm willing to call the Jennings experiment a failure at this point. I know he's hit a century, but how many failures have we got after before it negates that?
Well, it may just be that he's in poor form, and this is the trouble. Stuart Broad dives away to his left at mid-off to prevent this running away for 4, but it does bring them another single. Bavuma moves within 1/4 of a 50. It's 131 for 3.
Yeah, one of the consequences they have of continuity of selection is it now means you get so many tests in a row. If you fail, it is a very serious thing, because it's much harder to get back in the team.
Onto the back foot goes du Plessis. That was a flatter delivery. Pushed into the offside. There is no run.
roots, isn't it?
Yeah. There is, because there's a huge chunk of ground that's come up with Stokes' recent attempt. It's put completely given way.
It's curious, isn't it? I mean, it suggests there's a certain amount of residual moisture.
Now that we reached the end of the over, I have a question for you.
Yeah, another one.
Lots of inside edges, bottom edges nearly going onto the stumps. So what's that tell me about the pitch?
It's getting slower.
And lower.
Ball maybe sticking a little bit in the pitch.
So if you were England captain and you had your five-man attack, who would you have on?
I think it's a good thing to have Jimmy Anderson on at the moment, although on the basis that Toby Rowland-Jones is at the moment going through an incredible spell in his life, let alone cricket, as this is left alone outside the stump, came back a little bit, but Bavuma was confident enough that was going to miss off stump. On the basis that he's just seems to be in a golden spell, you might think of giving him a go. You could think about bringing on a dobber. You could even give a little bit of a dob to Jennings, I suppose, but I think it's a little bit early to be thinking of that.
Ed, how about you?
I don't think he's Root's done much wrong. He's rotated the bowlers. He's got Moeen on. Moeen's taking a good wicket.
There are just periods, aren't there, when wickets won't come. And batsmen are doing well. Here is Anderson into Bavuma, and he thinks about cutting that, but it was way too wide, and that seems to have hurt the fingers of Johnny Bairstow as he takes it.
I might be tempted to put Ben Stokes on. I mean, he got a few...
Well, he was on.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm back on.
Oh, back on?
Back on.
But he's not going to bring him straight back on.
No, exactly.
He changes ends.
Exactly. I mean, this is why you never need 6 bowlers. But no, I don't think Joe Root's... he hasn't really been tested, because the matches that have gone his way have been begot by collapses from South Africa, and the matches that he's lost, I don't think there's much he could have done because the batting's collapsed.
In behind a straight one on a good length. Bavuma, Anderson tries to flick it up with his foot but fails miserably, and Moeen Ali helps him out. 131 for 3. Is that John Burkow?
I think it is.
Yes.
Ironically, to the extreme right.
Although, if you turned him round, he'd be on the left, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, from his position, he's on the left. As we look, he's on the right.
Jane with the Y's with us. She says, bit loud to listen, but we're here at the CBL.
Oh, excellent.
And she's got a picture of, I'm not sure what stadium that is, Jane.
Is it, what did you say, Fort Lauderhill or something? Oh, now that has bowled him. That has bowled him. We don't need to bring on Ben Stokes, because another South African batsman has gone shouldering arms. But that must have come back a long way. It's just clipped the bails. Bavuma is out short of a 50 that I think he deserved. But what on earth happened there?
He literally lifted the bail off.
Well, that was extraordinary. And the breakthrough has come. Anderson is the man in only his second over of the spell. And Bavuma's resistance comes to an end, which is a shame. I so enjoy watching him. He's made 46 from 93 balls. But it means that South Africa are now 131 for 4.
It shows how deceptive it is with Bavuma's height, because I thought originally that kept low, but it's just blicked to the very top.
Literally lifted the off bail off.
It's almost as if he walked up the ball, and picked them up himself and took them to the wicket.
Jay Graver says, about Hamid, I'd penciled him in after India. Unfortunately, I speak bobbins on a regular basis. Also discard balance, and then caps lock. Everyone is wearing their shoes in the house. You make me sick.
Why? What's wrong with wearing shoes in the house? Should we be wearing slippers?
Roper 4.0 says, did Ian Bell get an end named after him at Edgbaston? You definitely want to bowl towards the bell end. No, wait.
Who's that?
Roper.
Roper? You're a bit late. That's about the 15th time we've had that joke. And that's just today.
Woy Pom says, a Root should bring Root on. Jay Grover says, WTF, Bavuma, you muppet, I'm now sad. And Roper's just made the same joke again. Literally word for word. So I'm not going to read it out twice.
Roper. I don't know. Roper is a joker. Anyway, shall we have a jingle from the new batsman?
We should have a jingle, just efforting at this point in time. I have been... where is he?
Manchester. Gotcha.
Has a name you can mock, but he's really quite useful
with cricket. Yes.
I've heard that he can open the bat, even if he's not keeping wickets.
More likely.
So 374 for 7. The players are almost ready to start. With me is Simon Dooley. Good morning, dear Dooley. Good morning for me, that is.
Well, it's about time. Roshan, we talked about, or you mentioned the fact that you were surprised when the Ratner had a couple of overs. So was I. I thought it was a poor decision, I'll say it.
I know this is an in-out field, but sometimes I tend to wonder with Sandakan just starting off this new pair of batsmen, whether you need to have all these fielders, particularly the long offs and the long odds out. You have to just open the field and give them the opportunity to just knock the ball into gaps.
No, not at all. Don't like it. It's almost like Dinesh Chandimal is not trying to get Hardik Pandya out. It's absolutely ludicrous. He's batting at number 8.
This partnership is 37 runs.
स्टंप से बाहर कवर ड्राइव किया हार्दिक पांड्या ने डीप कवर पर हैं फील्डर जब तक इनको फील्ड करें 1 रन बनाने का मौका हार्दिक पांड्या के पास काफी फ्लाइट पांड्या was able to play away from the fielder at short cover down towards the deep cover area but in the air for a bit. That's exactly what Sandakan would be wanting. A slip and a gully, backward point, short edge to cover, mid-off, mid-on, forward short leg. Here's Sandakan bowls. Good ball that, my word, that's fun. From memory, that's the second big turn, that second big turning delivery that I recall. There was one straight away after lunch. In fact, the first ball after lunch yesterday, which really gripped and spun, and so did this. But this was back of a length and therefore didn't trouble the batsman. Next one bowls, looking to go round, and there's a big appeal by the keeper. I'm not sure what he was looking to do. Maybe he felt that Kuldeep Yadav had moved, and Dickwalla pleading with umpire Tucker to say, let's go upstairs, please. But Tucker is not the attempted sweep. He took it, and then there was a pause before he whipped the bails off. Here's the replay for us, even though Tucker has decided not to. And yes, I think Dickwalla was justified and missed the shot. Almost on regaling his balance, Kuldeep Yadav did lift his back foot, but was back in the crease comfortably before the bails were taken off. It's encouraging to see the umpire making a call on the ground and not relying on technology unnecessarily. Sandakan goes down the wicket, comes Yadav this time, looking to play an aggressive shot, and then realizes it's not there, just defends it. Here's that replay. Touch and go there, Virender, but I think Tucker was absolutely right in his decision. Well done, umpire. अच्छा निर्णय अंपायर का, क्योंकि एक पल के लिए उनका पांव हवा में गया था, मगर जब विकेट से ग्लव टकराया तब उनका पांव सही था। इस बीच ये गेंद फ्लाइटेड ऑफ स्टंप से बाहर और कुलदीप यादव इसे स्वीप करना चाहते हैं, पूरी तरह से बीट। हालांकि खुद भी वो चाइनामैन फेंकते हैं और कुकली पड़ने में ज्यादा दिक्कत नहीं आती होगी उन्हें, और फिर भी थोड़े से परेशान संदकन के सामने जरूर दिखाई दे रहे हैं। सुनने वालों को एक बार फिर से याद दिला दें कि हमारा ईमेल आईडी है AIRIndiaSriLankaCricket@gmail.com। कुछ भी हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहें आप मेल कर सकते हैं। इस बीच ये गेंद तेज फेंका हुआ मिडल और लेग स्टंप पर सीधे बल्ले से खेलना चाहते थे, मगर गेंद बल्ले के भीतरी किनारे से लगती हुई शॉर्ट स्क्वायर लेग क्षेत्र पर गई और 1 रन बनाने का मौका। ओवर समाप्त।
मेरे पापा हमसे बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं, लेकिन इस बार पापा ने मेरे बर्थडे पर टूटा हुआ वीडियो गेम क्यों भेजा?
वीडियो गेम तो सही सलामत भेजा था, लेकिन कुरियर कंपनी की लापरवाही से टूट गया।
तो फिर आप कंज्यूमर फोरम में कुरियर कंपनी के खिलाफ लापरवाही के लिए शिकायत दर्ज करा सकते हैं। आपके बेटे के आंसू तो नहीं भर सकते, लेकिन आपके नुकसान की भरपाई तो हो ही सकती है। जागो ग्राहक, जागो।
और आप हमें ईमेल कीजिए, मैसेज भी कर सकते हैं 566060 पर। गोल्ड टाइप कीजिए, स्पेस दीजिए और अपना मैसेज लिखिए, अपना नाम और स्थान भी बताएं हमें, हम आपके साथ शेयर जरूर करेंगे। इस समय भारत 382 7 विकेट पर 105 ओवर का खेल हो चुका है। पांड्या है 27 पर, कुलदीप यादव 18 पर। अब सामना करेंगे कुमारा का, जो कि काफी तेज गति से पटकी हुई गेंदबाजी कर रहे हैं और ज्यादातर बल्लेबाज को बैकफुट पर खेलना पड़ रहा है, मगर कुलदीप यादव ने अच्छा झेला है। 382 for 7. Here's Kumara round the wicket to the left-handed Yadav, goes in balls, short bouncer, once again left alone by Kuldeep Yadav, and there is no run. 382 for 7. These two now working hard for the 8th wicket partnership after the loss of the wicket of Riddhiman Saha, which fell at 339. So these two have now put on 43 runs, which is the second highest partnership of these innings, if I remember correctly, because other than the 188, none of them exceeded 30. So there's important runs, valuable runs being put on for the 8th wicket. Here's Kumara into Yadav, and Yadav this time to a ball that's angled into the middle stump, works it away onto the mid-wicket region, but will not get a run. There is a fielder in place there. Score remains 382 for 7. शॉर्ट लेग के साथ प्रकाश एक लेग स्लिप के स्थान पर भी फील्डर रखा गया है। स्लिप, गली, लेग स्लिप, फॉरवर्ड शॉर्ट लेग। तो ये जो फील्डिंग की प्लेसमेंट है ये बताती है कि शॉर्ट पिच गेंदबाजी जारी रहेगी कुमारा की तरफ से, ताकि अगर हड़बड़ाकर खेलते हैं इस पटकी हुई गेंद को तो लेग स्लिप पर और शॉर्ट लेग पर कैच होने की संभावना हो सकती है। कुमारा अपने ओवर की अगली गेंद लेकर ओवर द विकेट, इस बार शॉर्ट ऑफ लेंथ गेंद जिसे बैकफुट पर जाकर खेले। हालांकि गेंद बल्ले के बीचों बीच नहीं ले पाए थे, मगर फिर भी सुरक्षित क्रीज पर, कोई रन नहीं। Interesting field now. you've got a slip, a gully, you've got a forward shot leg and a man at sort of a leg gully or a shot backward square for a flick off the hip that he may not keep down. So there are 4 men there. There's a backward point, there's a shot extra cover and a shot mid wicket as well. So bowling to some sort of a plan is Lahiru Kumara that his captain and he have worked out as a strategy. Goes in both, and forward in defence is Kuldeep Yadav, the ball coming to him. And he looks like he's enjoying himself out there, Kuldeep. Nice big grin on his face. I'm sure many of these players age group cricket against each other, and that is how international cricket now emerges. India 18 is in South Africa at the moment, where of course Rangan Dravid is the coach of that team, and they are playing in South African A team. Kumara turns to the top of his run and runs in to bowl now to Kuldeep Yadav. He's up the ball looking for the Yorker, and it's a full toss turned away off his toes down towards the square leg for a single by Kuldeep. He goes to 19, and the Indian total now advancing to 383 for 7. Manoj Kumar once again with a nation partnership record for India with Sri Lanka by Pujara and Amit Mishra, who added 104 runs at the Sinhalese Sports Club in Colombo in 2015. But certainly doing the job at the moment. 44 runs they've put on now for the 8th wicket. Pandya is on strike. The bowling of Lahiru Kumara. The last ball. Very tough ball. Short bounce and pulled away. The stamina control. And will pick up a single with Pandya. And that will be 384 for him. इस ओवर यही रही है कि बॉडी लाइन पर गेंदबाजी की जाए, रखा गया है और बीच बीच में और अच्छी तरह से गेंद को और बखूबी साथ निभा रहे हैं हार्दिक पांड्या का हो सकती है।
यादव के खिलाफ ज्यादा टर्न मिलता है सदा शायद जो रफ पैचेस हैं उन पर टिप्पा करती है गेंद तो ज्यादा टर्न होता है। कुलदीप यादव के सामने इस बार कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया, आगे आकर खूबसूरती से ड्राइव किया, मिड ऑन पर खड़े फील्डर ने डाइव लगा के गेंद को रोकने की कोशिश की मगर कामयाब नहीं हो पाए और जब तक मिड ऑफ पर खड़े फील्डर गेंद को रोके थ्रो करें 2 रन बनाने का मौका। अच्छा स्ट्रोक,
very nice shot. He came down the wicket, got to the pitch of it, drove it firmly, beat the bowler, dived by the man at mid-on, took the sting out of the drive and helped himself 2 runs as a result of that shot. So confident looking shot from Kuldeep Yadav. He goes into the 20s now. He's up to 21. And here he is facing the next one. Tossed up outside the off stump. He's got an outside edge, thick bottom edge. Ball running down towards third man. It will probably stop inside the boundary. Yes, it does. The fielder gets to it, sends the return into the keeper's gloves. But the batsman will pick up another 2 runs, or 3 in fact, run by Kuldeep. So the total goes to 390 for 7. And that is the 50 partnership as well. For the 8th wicket, says Maharaj Chandrasekhar, coming in 69 minutes. So very good work indeed for the 8th wicket by these two.
और मनोज कुमार एक आंकड़ा लेके आए हैं हमारे पास प्रकाश, कहते हैं कि भारत की ओर से 8वें विकेट का रिकॉर्ड विराट कोहली और जयंत यादव के नाम है। इन दोनों ने मुंबई में इंग्लैंड के विरुद्ध 1 विकेट के लिए 2016-17 में 241 रन जोड़े।
That was when Jayant Yadav played a really brilliant innings. I was fortunate to be watching that game, and that was when India really rammed home the advantage against England. Very successful test series. Now 51 runs these two have put on, undefeated for the 8th wicket of 94 balls. And what is remarkable is that Kuldeep Yadav has held his own. He's got 24 of those 51 runs. So a very, very good partnership. Now Pushpa Kumara is on to bowl. So it will be interesting. We'll find out from Maras how many overs today before he's been brought on. 107, so that means 17 overs this morning before we see the advent of Pushpa Kumara. And he's bowled 18 overs only out of the 107 that have been bowled. That is a remarkably surprising statistic. Having taken 3 for 40, why he hasn't been brought in to bowl earlier remains, and I think will remain, a mystery unless we're able to get hold of Chandimal and ask him why. 390 for 7 India, looking to wrest the advantage back really. And one has to say this partnership is now threatening that all the good work that Sri Lanka did post-lunch yesterday might in the end be undone. Slip and a forward shot leg in place for Pushpa Kumara, going in round the wicket to bowl to Yadav. Bowls, tosses it up on the leg stump, and it's turned away off the inside part of the bat down towards where backfoot square is, and a comfortable run. The batsman walked through. 391 for 7, and Kuldeep goes to 25.
हार्दिक पांड्या सामना करेंगे पुष्प कुमारा का, जो कल के सबसे सफल गेंदबाज रहे थे। 3 विकेट्स प्राप्त कर चुके हैं। और कुछ मैसेजेस, ईमेल्स प्रकाश हमारे पास आ रहे हैं। जौनपुर से नीरज कहते हैं कि आपकी कमेंट्री अच्छी लग रही है, स्वतंत्रता दिवस की शुभकामनाएं। चाणक्य त्रिपाठी ने हमें मैसेज किया है कि आपकी जो कमेंट्री है वो अच्छी लग रही है, और जन्माष्टमी और स्वतंत्रता दिवस की उन्होंने हमारे पास मुबारकबाद भेजी है। पुष्प कुमारा जो कल अच्छा काम कर रहे थे, कोशिश यही रहेगी उनकी कि वही काम दोबारा दोहराया जाए हार्दिक पांड्या के सामने। फ्लाइटेड गेंद, कदमों का इस्तेमाल, उठा दिया इसे मिड ऑन के ऊपर से, एक टिप्पा खाती हुई गेंद सीमा रेखा पार कर गई। 4 रन, दर्शनीय।
Yes, nice, strong, powerful, positive shot from Pandya. He decided that he was going and managed to clear the mid-on by a long way. Just one bounce into the fence at long on, and immediately Pushpa Kumara pushing mid-on back onto the boundary. So this one again tossed up and reaching forward. Pandya defends on the offside. 395 for 7. Pandya goes to 33. Some more emails here as the connect with our listeners continues unabated from Bhubaneswar. As here's the next one from Pushpa Kumara, driven down towards long on, and there'll be a run to be had comfortably. Pandya goes to 34, India to 396. So Devendra Samurai from Bhubaneswar says, I'm listening to your commentary. I'm very happy for your live commentary. Thank you. There's another email from Somik Bandopadhyay from Kolkata, and he says, at first I want to congratulate IR for arranging lovely ball-by-ball commentary. As an Indian, I hope India will win the match, but I congratulate Sri Lanka for their fight back with limited resources. Reverse sweep attempted by Kuldeep Yadav, and that was really comical because the ball was on the leg stump. It was very, very slow, just rolled into the spot, and Kuldeep Yadav, I think, just embarrassed himself as that ball spun away just a little bit, and he was left groping. But no damage done. That's the important thing from an Indian perspective. Last ball of the over coming up from Pushpa Kumara to Yadav on the leg stump again, and this time he'll get a run. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. Maybe leg buys. They've taken one. They might be thinking of a second. They changed their mind, and there is only one. 397 for 7 at the end of that over, India. टोटल बिल है 2000 रुपए और हम हैं 4, यानी 500 ईच।
ये रहे मेरे 500।
एक सेकंड रुकना, ये 500 ईच नहीं, 450 ईच है। 450? वो कैसे? क्योंकि 200 रुपए सर्विस चार्ज है, जो पे करना इनकी मर्जी नहीं हमारी है।
जी हाँ, सर्विस चार्ज कितना देना है ये रेस्टोरेंट या होटल पर नहीं बल्कि आप पर डिपेंड करता है। तो अगली बार बिल पेमेंट करते हुए इस चीज का ख्याल जरूर रखें। यदि आपकी मर्जी के खिलाफ रेस्टोरेंट या होटल सर्विस चार्ज वसूल करता है तो आप बिल सहित उपभोक्ता मंच में शिकायत कर सकते हैं।
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
सुनील पिछले अपने इस फिल्म में यही बात कर रहे थे कि जो एक साझेदारी पहले विकेट के लिए हुई थी 188, उसके बाद से कोई भी साझेदारी 7 विकेट तक ऐसी नहीं हुई कि जो कि 50 रन तक 58 रन की हो चुकी है कुलदीप यादव और हार्दिक पांड्या के बीच में। तो दोनों ने ये दिखा दिया है कि उनके अंदर बैटिंग की भी करने की क्षमता भी है। इसी बीच कुलदीप यादव को संगठन की नए ओवर की पहली गेंद और जो कि बाएं हाथ के बैट्समैन के लिए ऑफ ब्रेक होती हुई और अंदर की तरफ आती उस गेंद के पीछे जाते हुए ड्राइव किया। एक स्लिप्स, एक फॉरवर्ड शॉट लेके बैट्समैन के नजदीक के फील्डर, बाकी सभी खिलाड़ी सिंगल्स अथवा चौका रोकने के लिए अगली गेंद एक बार फिर लगभग सीधी रहती हुई ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर और उस गेंद को जाने दिया कुलदीप। अंदर जो एक कॉन्फिडेंस है वो बढ़ता जा रहा है। इससे अंदाजा लगता है कि वो अब स्टेप आउट भी कर रहे हैं, रिवर्स स्वीप भी कर रहे हैं, यानी कि उनको अब गेंदें थोड़ा सा बड़ी भी दिखाई दे रही होंगी।
Yes, just an interesting thing by mind where break off for this delivery from Sanikan to Kuldeep Yadav forward to that one that was tossed up outside the off stump and bats down back to the bowler. How often will you see a left arm Chinaman bowler bowling fascinating slip and a forward short leg? This one was the orthodox left arm Chinaman delivery, spinning just slightly away. We saw one turn viciously this morning, this one keeping slightly low and pushes it away into the covers, but not for runs. 7 for 7 then. Hammered away towards mid-on. A pull drive maybe, but goes straight to mid-on. There is no run. End of that over. India are 397 for 7. Yadav is on 26 and Hardik Pandya is on 34.
अरे क्या हुआ अनारकली, तुम रो क्यों रही हो?
क्या बताऊं जहांपना, सलीम को पुलिस पकड़ कर ले गई।
पुलिस? आखिर क्यों?
जहांपना, सलीम ने उपभोक्ता अदालत के फैसलों को नहीं माना।
नहीं माना तो उसकी सजा मिलेगी, जरूर मिलेगी। हमारे राज्य में उपभोक्ता अदालत के फैसले को न मानने वाले को सजा जरूर मिलती है। अगर नहीं माना उपभोक्ता अदालत का फैसला तो जाना पड़ेगा जेल और भरना पड़ेगा जुर्माना। जागो ग्राहक, जागो।
तो पहली गेंद पर 2 रन और जोड़ते हुए भारत की रनों की संख्या पहुंच गई है 399। हार्दिक पांड्या के बल्ले से ये स्ट्रोक निकला था। 36 पर पहुंच गए हार्दिक पांड्या। हालांकि हार्दिक पांड्या ने अपने पहले टेस्ट मैच में अर्धशतक की पारी खेली थी, यहाँ भी तकरीबन अर्धशतक के करीब पहुंच रहे हैं। 14 रन का फासला है। देखना है कि अपना अर्धशतक टेस्ट जीवन का दूसरा पूरा कर पाते हैं अथवा नहीं। अगली गेंद को सुरक्षात्मक तरीके से ऑफ साइड पर ढकेल दिया। फील्डर मौजूद, इस समय एक स्लिप्स, एक बैकवर्ड पॉइंट, एक कवर, एक मिड ऑफ, एक थर्ड मैन। ये ऑफ साइड की फील्डिंग। अगली गेंद फिर थोड़ा तेज गति की गेंद, थोड़ा हवा में भी उस गेंद को तेजी गति दी थी पुष्प कुमारा ने। पुष्प कुमारा जिन्होंने कि 3 सफलताएं अब तक प्राप्त कर ली है 49 रन देकर, और ये उनका 20वां ओवर है। तो पुष्प कुमारा जिन्होंने कि पहली सफलता दिलाई थी 188 के रनों की संख्या पर पहले विकेट जब भारत का गिरा था उसका श्रेय जाता है पुष्प कुमारा को। इसी के साथ 1 रन के साथ ही जहां पांड्या पहुंचे 37 पर, वहीं भारत के 400 रन भी पूरे हो गए 7 विकेट के नुकसान पर। तो ये 400 रन भारत को एक मनोवैज्ञानिक बढ़त जरूर देगा। सुनील।
Yes, as you can look at Virat Kohli looking on over there, looking slightly serious, but he'd be happy inside. Certainly from round the wicket to the left arm batsman. which is fairly unusual. Normally, the left-arm spinners bowl over the wicket to the left-arm batsman, as the partnership now ticks over to 61 for 400 on 4-7. Last ball of the 110th over, and that one is pitched right up to Yadav, and the other just bats it away defensively into the mid-wicket region, not for runs. 400 for 7 then, and the session run rate 3.55, and the overall run rate 3.64. But it's been a bright little partnership between two of the newer entrants into the Indian Test team. Hardik Pandya playing his third match, and Yadav just playing his second match. And if they can now that attempted reverse sweep from Kuldeep Yadav, and we know that Pushpa Kumara, who is bowling left arm round the wicket, tends to bring the ball back in. It could well have been bowled round his legs.
और खास तौर से कुलदीप यादव को जो एक मौका मिला है रविंद्र जडेजा की जगह, उनको इस ओवर की संदकन की, जिसको कि एक कदम आगे निकलने के बाद गेंद की पिच पर जाकर उस गेंद के ब्रेक को दबा दिया। और ये कहा जा सकता है कि अच्छी तरकीब होती है कि आप ब्रेक न होने दे, विकेट के ऊपर ही उसको दबा दे। अगली गेंद संदकन की एक बार फिर उनको ललचाया, आमंत्रित किया कि आप क्रीज छोड़ के बाहर आए। ये अक्सर होता है कि ये स्ट्रेटेजी होती है, योजना होती है स्पिनर्स की कि बैट्समैन को क्रीज से बाहर निकाला जाए। अगली गेंद, और इस बार थोड़ी पीछे रखी गेंद, और हार्दिक पांड्या जो कि काफी देर से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, 54 गेंदें अब तक खेल चुके हैं, और पूरी तरीके से उनकी वो गेंदें गेंद उनकी नजरों में आ रही है। तो कदमों का इस्तेमाल पीछे हटते हुए कवर्स के छेद में खेलकर 1 रन और जोड़ लिया। तो इसी बीच संदकन की अगली गेंद, और इस बार कुलदीप यादव ने उस गेंद को सुरक्षात्मक तरीके से खेल दिया। भारत की रनों की संख्या 401, 7 विकेट के नुकसान पर। तो आप हमको जिस तरीके से ईमेल भेज रहे हैं, तो आप इसी तरीके से हमारी कमेंट्री सुनते रहें, और आगे भी हमको और इसी के साथ आउट। इलिंगवर्थ ने उनको आउट दिया है, और शायद कुलदीप यादव को ये उम्मीद है कि ये गेंद उनके बैट का बाहरी सिरा लेकर नहीं गई, इसीलिए अंपायर की उंगली उठने के बाद ही उन्होंने इशारा कर दिया कि मैं रेफरल लेना चाहता हूं। और अंपायर तीसरे अंपायर के पास, ब्रूस ऑक्सनफोर्ड के पास गई है ये अपील के देखना है कि ये बैट का बाहरी सिरा लिया है कि नहीं। बहुत नजदीकी मामला है, और सबसे पहले अंपायर ने देखा कि ये नो बॉल तो नहीं है, वो एकदम सही लीगल डिलीवरी है। और अब देखना ये है कि अल्ट्रा एज जो बैट के बगल से गेंद निकलेगी, तो ये बैट को छूती हुई निकली है कि नहीं, इस पर अंपायर को फैसला करना है। तो जिस तरीके से बैट के बगल से निकली है, तो यहाँ पर जो धारियां थोड़ी सी हिली हैं, ऐसा लगता है। हमारे एक्सपर्ट सुरेंद्र खन्ना।
बहुत ही शानदार गेंदबाजी, और बहुत सेट खेल रहे थे कुलदीप यादव, बहुत ही शानदार बैटिंग कर रहे थे, और एक साझेदारी जो सेकंड हाईएस्ट है इस इनिंग्स की, भारतीय इनिंग्स की, वो यहाँ पे समाप्त होते हुए कुलदीप यादव पवेलियन आ रहे हैं। बहुत ही अच्छी गेंदबाजी, बहुत अच्छे लेंथ पे उन्होंने गेंद रखी, और बैट्समैन को जैसे खेलना चाहिए था उन्होंने सही जगह पे गए, लेकिन इतना ही टर्न कराया कि वो बैट का एज ले सके, और विकेट कीपर ने भी अच्छा कैच लिया। रिव्यू जरूर लिया था, लेकिन हर बैट्समैन को इफ्तिकार पता चल जाता है कि बैट में लगी है, तो चांस लेने की बात थी ये।
Surendra, tell us when the similar type of bowler gets the similar type of batsman out, is there just that little bit more of a feeling of euphoria that I've got my counterpart out, especially both of them making their way into their respective test teams?
Yeah, definitely. I think any wicket you pick up gives you a lot of satisfaction. And in test match cricket, it's not very easy to pick up wickets. You bowl 20-30 overs, then you get a wicket. And definitely Kuldeep Yadav now, since he has got out to Chinaman bowler, he would try to get him out as well. Trying to get Kapil Dev out, or Imran Khan trying to have a battle with Kapil or Richard Hadley. So this raises the level of competition and cricket. That is the best part about it, as long as you don't get into sledging, If you bowl
that one who's got your number, who doesn't have your number, who you want to dominate, and those are the little tales within the overall broad strokes of the test match or any other game that, as you say, make things so much more interesting.
Yeah, and people normally go for 4s and 6s, but this kind of contest brings in a lot of spectators to the ground. They want to see their top players competing because they have a lot of fans and followers. So they want their man to come on top in the battle against an all-rounder or a bowler from a different country. And they are patriotic in that sense. But we as cricketers, we see the level going up, and it brings in entertainment as well.
Yes, that was Surinder Khanna talking about entertainment. Of course, sport is entertainment. We must never forget that. And we would like all the players to understand that, yes, at the end of the day, you would like to have the spectators also get something out of the game, not just patriotic fervor, but also the quality of the game. As we said, the little battles between the battles. It's Pushpa Kumara rapping Mohammad Shami, who's coming in the fall of Kuldeep Yadav's wicket, wrapping on the pads, the ball sliding down the leg side. Shami waits for this ball that is on a fuller length, but coming back once again into the batsman. That's what we've been seeing very much from Pushpa Kumara into his 21st over, 3 for 51, along with Sandakar now, the most successful bowler for Sri Lanka, as the next one is driven away to extra cover by Mohammad Shami, who himself has scored a 50 in Test match cricket. But India at least passing that first psychological milestone, Iftikhar, of reaching 400. This time steps down the wicket and gives it an almighty whack, drives it all along the ground to long off, picks up a single, and takes the score on to 400, and 3 for 8 opens his account as well with that drive up to mid-off. So Mohammad Shami isn't going to hang around, I don't think, Iftikhar. He's going to give it a bit of a whack, because I'm sure that the bowlers would also want to come out here and bowl on this pitch. This one, forward to that one, is Hardik Pandya, and just flashes past the forward short leg, goes away down to backward square leg, picks up a single, and of that over, India 403 for 8.
ये रहा आपका बिल। एक्सक्यूज मी, ये बिल तो गलत है। 1 मिनट सर, लेट मी चेक। 320 प्लस 130। नहीं सर, बिल्कुल ठीक है। नहीं, ये कह रहा है जो लास्ट अमाउंट आपने ऐड किया ना, वो गलत है। सर, ये तो सर्विस चार्ज है। बिल्कुल, वो डिसाइड करना हमारे ऊपर है, आपके ऊपर नहीं। सॉरी सर। सर्विस चार्ज कितना देना है ये आप पर डिपेंड करता है। तो अगली बार बिल पेमेंट करते हुए इस चीज का ख्याल जरूर रखिए। यदि आपकी मर्जी के खिलाफ रेस्टोरेंट या होटल सर्विस चार्ज वसूल करता है, तो आप बिल सहित उपभोक्ता मंच में शिकायत कर सकते हैं। डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स, भारत सरकार द्वारा में जारी है।
संदाकन, जिन्होंने की अब तक 3 सफलताएं प्राप्त कर ली हैं, 96 रन हालांकि उन्होंने खर्च किए हैं। सबसे किफायती जो बॉलर हैं वो पुष्प कुमारा हैं, उन्होंने भी 3 सफलताएं प्राप्त की हैं। तो जो 8 सफलताएं प्राप्त की हैं श्रीलंकाई बॉलर्स में, उसमें 6 सफलता जो है तो स्पिनर्स के खाते में गई है। इसी बीच नए ओवर की पहली गेंद फ्लाइटेड गेंद थी, कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया, गेंद को ऑफ वॉली पर लेकर ड्राइव किया, वाइडिश लॉन्ग ऑफ के छेद में, वहां पर फील्डर लॉन्ग ऑफ से जब तक किया थे और उस गेंद को फील्ड करते 2 रन का मौका मिल गया, 1 रन का, माफ कीजिएगा, क्योंकि गेंद स्ट्रोक में तेजी बहुत ज्यादा थी, इसलिए फील्डर के पास पहुंचने में समय कम लगा। 1 रन के साथ भारत 405 8 विकेट पर 113वां ओवर फेंका जा रहा है। हार्दिक पांड्या अब 41 पर पहुंच गए हैं। नए बैट्समैन है मोहम्मद शामी, जो कि बहुत ही आक्रामक बल्लेबाजी करते हैं, हालांकि उनसे बहुत ज्यादा उम्मीद तो नहीं की जा सकती। 1 अर्धशतक है उनके खाते में, हालांकि फर्स्ट क्लास मैचेस में वो बहुत ज्यादा उन्होंने नहीं किया। अगली गेंद जिसको पीछे हटे, ड्राइव किया, गेंद सीधे सीमा रेखा के बाहर, 4 रन। इस चौके के साथ ही भारत की रनों की संख्या बढ़ती हुई 409 8 विकेट पर।
Yes, it was the googly, but he dropped it short once again, did Sandakar.
and onto the back foot in a flash was Mohammad Shami. When you bowl it short on this wicket, we've been saying that again and again, Iftikhar, it's a slowish track. The moment you drop it short, the batsman has ample time to pick his shot.
और अगली गेंद संदकन की, जिसको कि फिर एक बार शॉर्ट गेंद थी, जिसको पीछे हटे कट किया, गेंद सीधे जा रही स्वीपर कवर के छेद में 1 रन के साथ ही शमी पहुंच गए हैं 6 पर और रनों की संख्या बढ़ती हुई 410 8 विकेट पर। तो ये एक जो बैट्समैन की जो रणनीति होती है, जब फ्लाइटेड होती है, स्टेप आउट करके वो हॉप वाली पर लेता है तो मजबूर करता है बॉलर को थोड़ा सा पीछे जाने के लिए। अगली गेंद हार्दिक पांड्या की, कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया और इस टेस्ट मैच का पहला छक्का। तो ये हार्दिक पांड्या, जिसके लिए वो जाने जाते हैं इतनी आक्रामक बैटिंग के लिए, ताबड़तोड़ बैटिंग के लिए, यहाँ पर उन्होंने इस गेंद को हवा में लॉन्ग ऑन के छेद में खेल दिया। हालांकि फील्डर ने बहुत कोशिश की उस गेंद को हवा में उड़ते हुए पकड़ने की, लेकिन गेंद ने फील्डर को पीछे छोड़ दिया और गेंद सीमा रेखा के बाहर गिरी हवाई रास्ते। 416 8 विकेट पर 47 पर पहुंच गए हार्दिक पांड्या। अगली गेंद और इस बार मिडिल स्टंप से ऑफ स्टंप की तरफ घूमी, दाएं हाथ के बैट्समैन के लिए लेग ब्रेक होती हुई गेंद बैट का बाहरी सिरा लेती हुई शॉर्ट थर्ड मैन के छेद में गई। 2 रन इस बीच में दौड़कर पूरे कर लिए हार्दिक पांड्या ने। अब हार्दिक पांड्या अपने टेस्ट जीवन के दूसरे अर्धशतक से केवल 1 रन का फासला है और अपने पहले ही टेस्ट मैच में उन्होंने 50 रन की एक पारी खेली थी और आज देखना है कि ये अपने दूसरे टेस्ट मैच में भी क्या 50 रन पूरे कर पाते अथवा नहीं। 1 रन का फासला है। अपना माफ कीजिएगा, ये तीसरा टेस्ट मैच है जिसमें कि केवल 1 रन का फासला है उनके अर्धशतक से। इसी के साथ ओवर समाप्त, भारत 418 8 पर।
अच्छा गाइस, टोटल बिल है 2000 रुपए और हम हैं 4, यानी 500 ईच। ये रहे मेरे 500। 1 सेकंड रुकना, ये 500 ईच नहीं 450 ईच है। 450? वो कैसे? क्योंकि 200 रुपए सर्विस चार्ज है, जो पे करना इनकी मर्जी नहीं हमारी है।
जी हाँ, सर्विस चार्ज कितना देना है ये रेस्टोरेंट या होटल पर नहीं बल्कि आप पर डिपेंड करता है। तो अगली बार बिल पेमेंट करते हुए इस चीज का ख्याल जरूर रखें। यदि आपकी मर्जी के खिलाफ रेस्टोरेंट या होटल सर्विस चार्ज वसूल करता है तो आप बिल सहित उपभोक्ता मंच में शिकायत कर सकते हैं।
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
418 for 8 in that over. We saw a boundary and a 6, the first 6 of the innings from Hardik Pandya, and Pandya then reaching his 50, in fact, sorry, on 49 as we wait for Mohammad Shami to play Pushpa Kumar. Once again, the ball coming into the batsman goes onto the back foot and plays it down the wicket. So just 1 run away from his second 50 in his third test match. But in that over, Sandakan went past his century, 110 runs for 3 wickets this time. Mohammad Shami steps down the track and drives easily down to long off, picks up a single, and Pandya now on 49 is going to be taking strike. I've been impressed by this innings of Hardik Pandya. Chanceless innings. When the ball has been short, he's not been afraid to pull. When it's been up to him, he's danced down the track. This time, once again, it's a foolish delivery, and he pushes it up all the way to long off, picks up a single, and reaches his 50. So 420 for 8, and an excellent 50. India a little bit of strife when he had come in. Ashwin had got out. Saha went early this morning, but he's held the innings together. Remember, India started 329 for 6. Now 420 for 8. About 10 or 12 minutes left towards the lunch break, and almost 100 runs, or 91 runs put on by the Indian lower order. His 50 coming in 61 balls, 111 minutes. The next one is pushed away quietly onto the onside, but not for runs. 4 boundaries and a 6. Thank you, Chandrasekhar. But the quality of the innings, I thought, Iftikhar, from Hardik Pandya was very, very good. That's exactly what he's in the team for. Virat Kohli has been talking about his all-round abilities. This time the ball coming back in, beating it. Should have gone forward to it. It was full length delivery, wrapping him on the pads. There's an appeal for LBW, but perhaps the ball hitting, or rather going past the leg stump. That's why Rotlaka says no. Sri Lanka has 1 review remaining, so does India. And the interesting thing about the Kuldeep Yadav dismissal when he was caught behind after bowling of Sandakan was that, to my mind, it was the first dismissal of a batsman actually playing a defensive shot. And otherwise, the batsmen had all got out playing aggressive shots. It was actually an inside edge that went onto the bat. That's why Rotlaka gave him not out. Next ball is stroked away down. हम 5 साल बाद देश की आजादी के 75 साल मनाएंगे। आइए 9 अगस्त से संकल्प से सिद्धि का एक महाअभियान चलाएं। एक ऐसा संकल्प जिसे अगले 5 वर्षों में हम सिद्ध करके दिखाएंगे।
संदाकन नए ओवर की शुरुआत करते हुए और मोहम्मद शमी उस गेंद को कट करना चाहते थे, लेकिन गेंद की ब्रेक को पूरी तरीके से नहीं समझ पाए। अंदर बैट का निचला सिरा लेती हुई गई स्लिप्स के छेद में। तो जो कल खेल के पहले दिन 3 सेशन हुए थे, उसमें पहले सेशन में भारत ने 134 रन बनाए थे, दूसरे सेशन में लंच से टी के बीच में 101 भारत का मोहम्मद शमी के रूप में 421 पर शमी जो कि ड्राइव करना चाहते थे, गेंद की पिच पर नहीं पहुंचे और बॉलर की दिशा में एक आसान सा कैच आता हुआ और 9वां विकेट भारत का गिरता हुआ 421 पर। और अब जबकि 9वां विकेट गिरा है और अभी भी करीब 8 मिनट का लंच का समय और बाकी है, तो अब ये अगर इस 9 मिनट में भारत ऑल आउट होती है, नहीं तो ये नियम अनुसार लंच का समय भी बढ़ा दिया जाए। आधा घंटे के लिए बढ़ाया जा सकता है, लेकिन ये तो अभी जब आखिरी विकेट जब देखा जाएगा कि वो गिर सकता है लंच के पहले कि नहीं। तो ये जो विकेट गिरा मोहम्मद शमी का, और उसके बारे में आइए हमारे एक्सपर्ट चेतन शर्मा से बात करें।
Chetan, we were talking yesterday about the fact that the left-arm Chinaman bowler always has a role to play, like a right-arm leg spinner, especially in a test match. And here we have Lakshman Sandakan, not played first 2 test matches, coming in for this test match and picking up 4 wickets and a very good chance of picking up the 5. What do you think of the quality of his bowling?
Wrist spinners are always a dangerous spinners. Basically, when we talk about the wrist spinners, on any track, those spinners are difficult to play. And especially if we are talking about the Sri Lankan wrist spinner, he's going to be very difficult in coming days because he's getting experience. And same is with Kuldeep Yadav. And if you talk about especially Shami's wicket, it's difficult for the tailenders to understand the wrist spin, especially when a Chinaman is bowling. It's not easy for them to use the footwork, and this is what actually happened with Shami. We were expecting about 425 runs, and India has reached to 421 with Hardik Pandya's half century. But it was a beautiful delivery, and on a beautiful delivery, he's just trying to slog the bowler. It's not easy to slog.
What about the quality of that catch? Because it hit it pretty hard and came straight at his face, and good fielding there. Never easy as a bowler. You're a bowler taking a catch in your follow through.
And it's always said, if you're not going to take your catch, who's going to take your catch then? First, it's your duty to take your own catches. तभी तो सभी फील्डर्स आपकी मदद करेंगे जब आप अपनी मदद करेंगे। तो हर समय ये सिखाया जाता है गेंदबाज को कि अपने कैचेस आप पकड़े, एक एग्जांपल बने, तो सभी फील्डर्स फिर आपके कैचेस पकड़ेंगे।
Very well said, Chetan. Quite right. You set the example. It's now Umesh Yadav who's come in at the fall of Mohammad Shami's wicket. Sandakan now 4 for 111, and I'm sure that he's going to be eyeing a fifer. Not taken 5 wickets in the test matches yet. Took 4 against Australia, as Iftikhar said, that in case the wicket doesn't fall, the last wicket of India before lunch, which is about 5-6 minutes away, then the session will be extended for at least half an hour. 4:22 for 9. Pandya, what do you feel about his innings, Chetan? 50 says.
Very good innings, very good innings. And the best part is he understands, and then the tailenders are betting with him. He has to finish his half century because that's his second half century in Test cricket, and he's done well. And what the management actually expected from him, that he gets the experience, and we get the all-rounder, which we are looking for, a fast bowler and a batsman. And he's coming good actually. That's the reason he's doing well.
This time it is Yadav who absolutely hammers the ball over long off. I beg your pardon, Pandya hammers the ball over long off for 6 runs. So it's second 6 of the innings. Stepping out, knowing that it's the last wicket partnership, stepping out and hitting it clean, high and handsome over the long off boundary for 6. So once again, an excellent shot that takes him on to 56 as it is now. That's wide outside the off stump. Fight, obviously, Sandakan not being happy to be hit for 2 sixes by Pandya. 1 over long on, 1 over long off, and this time losing his line completely. And a wide being given. Wide's very, very rare in Test cricket. Second wide of the innings. Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Slip in place to Pandya, and Pandya pushes that ball away comfortably and easily. Huge gaps on the onside. No fielder closer than a deep mid-wicket or a long on, and easily picked up that single. And I thought perhaps that they would want to bring the fielders in, but at the end of that over, 430 for 9.
इस बिल्डिंग का फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर वो वाला फ्लैट आपका होगा सर?
भैया हमें ना तीनों तरफ से खुली जगह चाहिए।
बिल्कुल सर, आप हमारे अपने ग्राहक हैं, इसलिए हम आपसे प्राइम लोकेशन का चार्ज भी नहीं ले रहे।
इसकी डेवलपमेंट चार्ज
वो बिल्कुल फ्री है, बाकी 24 घंटे बिजली पानी तो है ही।
बढ़ा चढ़ाकर बताए जा रही किसी भी झांसे में मत आइए। सतर्क और जागरूक उपभोक्ता बनिए। जागो ग्राहक जागो।
उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
तो भारत की रनों की संख्या 430, 9 विकेट के नुकसान पर, और अभी भी खाने के विश्राम में 3-4 मिनट का वैसे निर्धारित समय तो बचा है, लेकिन अगर इन 3-4 मिनट में अगर भारत का 10वां विकेट नहीं गिरता है तो खेल आधे घंटे के लिए नियमानुसार बढ़ाया जा सकता है, या जबकि 10वां विकेट गिर जाए तो इस तरीके से लंच एक्सटेंड किया जा सकता है। देखना है ये क्या होता है, लेकिन ये मौजूदा स्थिति है कि भारत 430 रन 9 विकेट पर, यानी कि 101 रन अभी तक की इस सेशन में भारत जोड़ चुका है। तो जो 4 सेशन अभी तक हुए हैं, कल 3 सेशन हुए थे, उसमें पहले सेशन में भारत ने 134, दूसरे सेशन में 101 और तीसरे सेशन में 94, वो सबसे कम रनों का सेशन था। और इस सेशन में अभी तक खाने के विश्राम में अभी समय है। 101 रन जोड़ लिया। नए ओवर की पहली गेंद पुष्पकुमारा की गेंद की पिच पर अपना बायां पैर ले जाते हुए, अपने लंबे कदमों का इस्तेमाल करते हुए गेंद को डीप मिड विकेट के छेद में खेल दिया। कुछ देर हवाई रास्ते, कुछ देर जमीनी रास्ते होती हुई गेंद सीमा रेखा के बाहर 4 रन के लिए। इस चौके के साथ ही रनों की संख्या भारत की 434 9 विकेट पर।
There were 4 men in the deep on the onside, and yet he was able to bisect deep square leg and deep mid wicket. There, Hardik Pandya really now turning it on, this time down the track and hammering it away, down past long off. Excellent shot, 4 runs once again. So really taking Pushpakumara to the cleaners, knowing it's the last wicket partnership and showing what he's made of. That's what he's in the team for. He can hit all the shots, and Pandya really making a name for himself. 428, beg your pardon, 438 for 9. 2 boundaries in this over. We saw a 6 in the last over of Sandakan as well. Pandya firing on to 65 of 66. The Sri Lankan fielders now scattering to all corners of the field.
और जिस तरीके से अब हार्दिक पांड्या बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, वो अपने उसी अंदाज में जिसमें वो जाना जाता है। अगली गेंद, कदमों का इस्तेमाल, गेंद हवाई रास्ते, सीधे 6 रन के लिए सीमा रेखा के बाहर। जहां 110 ओवर तक कोई छक्का नहीं लगा था, वहीं पिछले 5 ओवर में 3 छक्के अब तक भारतीय पारी में लग चुके हैं, जिसमें 2 छक्का लगाया हार्दिक पांड्या के द्वारा लगाया गया, ये दूसरा छक्का, और भारत के खाते में ये तीसरा छक्का था। ये हार्दिक पांड्या के ही बल्ले से तीनों छक्के लगे हैं, और शमी ने भी एक छक्का लगाने की कोशिश की थी, लेकिन वो चौके के रूप में सीमा रेखा के थोड़ा अंदर ही चला आया था। इसी के साथ 444 9 विकेट पर, तो अब भारत एक अच्छी स्थिति में पहुंचता हुआ। अगली गेंद, एक बार फिर कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया और गेंद सीमा रेखा के बाहर एक बार फिर चली गई है और ये लगातार दूसरी गेंद पर दूसरा छक्का। तो अब तक 4 गेंदें जो फेंकी गई हैं, पहली 2 गेंद पर 2 चौके, दूसरी, तीसरी और चौथी गेंद पर 2 छक्के लगाए हैं। तो भारत के 450 रन भी पूरे हो गए हैं। तो भारत इस तरीके से जो कल भारत को लंच से पहले ही दबाव में ले आएंगे और उन्होंने सफल कोशिश भी की। साहा को बहुत जल्दी उनके विकेट लेने में सफलता भी प्राप्त कर ली, लेकिन उसके बाद 8वें विकेट के साझेदारी में कुलदीप यादव और पांड्या ने जो 62 रन की साझेदारी की, उससे भारत एक मजबूत स्थिति में पहुंचता हुआ अगली गेंद और एक बार फिर लगातार ये 3 गेंदों पर छक्के की हैट्रिक लगती हुई पांड्या के द्वारा। और अब विराट कोहली के चेहरे पर जो मुस्कुराहट आई है, लगता है कि अब उनको इत्मीनान हो गया है कि अब इतना हमारे पास रनों की संख्या हो गई है कि अब हम हमारे बॉलर श्रीलंकाई बल्लेबाजों को दबाव में ले आएंगे। 4, 5, 6, 9 विकेट पर भारत की रनों की संख्या। तो बहुत खुशी की लहर इस समय भारतीय ड्रेसिंग रूम में। तो ये 18, 4, 22, 26 रन अब तक इस ओवर में बन चुके हैं। और ये इस ओवर की अंतिम गेंद जो कि पैड में आकर टकराई, कोई रन नहीं। इस ओवर की समाप्ति के साथ भारत की रनों की संख्या 456 रन 9 विकेट पर।
Chetan, I want you to tell us a little bit about that hitting. It was all clean hitting, good batting shots. There was no slugging. He tried to hit the ball straight and was able to get those 26 runs in that over. I thought that was magnificent batting.
Magnificent and clean hits, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कि क्रिकेटिंग शॉट्स, कोई स्लॉगिंग नहीं, बिल्कुल बॉल के ऊपर पहुंचे और क्लीन हिट्स। और कोई ये नहीं है कि कैच पकड़ने की संभावना हो या बाउंड्री के बहुत पास गिरा हो। कम से कम 20-20 यार्ड बाहर गिरे हैं ये छक्के। और ये कहना होगा ये कॉन्फिडेंस है। जब आपको मालूम है कि पिछले बल्लेबाजों के साथ आप खेल रहे हैं, आप ऑलराउंडर के रूप में कहते हैं ना ज्यादा से ज्यादा बटोर लो। और ये जो 26 रन है, ये बहुत अहम रन हैं, क्योंकि ये ऐसे रन आते हैं जो प्रेशर डालते हैं 450 रन का ऑपोजिशन के ऊपर।
और एक चीज है चेतन कि ये एक बॉलर जब 3 हैट्रिक लेता है, 3 साफ विकेट आपके खाते में रहे, तीनों आउट किया था, और बल्लेबाज के पास मौका होता है कि लगातार 3 गेंद पर छक्का, तो ये कैसा महसूस होता है, ये आप बेहतर बता सकते हैं।
बहुत खराब महसूस होता है गेंदबाज को। अगर आप 3 छक्के लगातार आप लगा दें, मतलब उसको तो समझ नहीं आएगी अगली गेंदबाजी करनी है तो कहाँ करनी है, और वही हालत हुई इस समय।
नहीं, हम एक बॉलर जब हैट्रिक लेता है तो जो उसको खुशी होती है, जो आपको खुशी हुई होगी, वैसे ही हार्दिक पांड्या को भी लगातार 3 गेंदों पर छक्का लगाने के बाद खुशी महसूस हुई होगी।
नहीं, यकीनन अगर आप अच्छा करते हैं और अर्धशतक अपने लिए बनाते हैं, टीम के लिए रन्स बनते हैं, और आप 6 रनों के बतौर आप अपने रन्स पूरे कर रहे हैं, और आपको मालूम है कि आप 100 के नजदीक पहुंचने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, इससे बढ़िया खुशी क्या हो सकती है एक बल्लेबाज को।
और भारत की रनों की संख्या 456, 9 विकेट पर कुलदीप, उमेश यादव, संदाकन की इस गेंद को। और इसी के साथ ही एक अपील LBW की, लेकिन अंपायर इलिंगवर्थ ने कोई भी ध्यान नहीं दिया उस अपील को। और देखना है कि गेंद जा रही चीमारेका के पास, वहां पर उस गेंद को फील किया गया और अंपायर का इशारा नहीं, ये बल्ले का अंदरूनी सिरा ले। और जबकि संदाकन अपने इस ओवर को आगे बढ़ाएं, आगे कमेंट्री की दूसरी टीम प्रकाश वाकनकर और वीरेंद्र सिंह के रूप में।
457. These are bonus runs here by some blitz, absolutely launched by Hardik Pandya. Now he's gone up to 83, and that last over was absolute carnage here at Kandy. As he waits now for Sandakan. Sandakan bowls outside the off stump, and it's way wide outside the off stump. But this is exactly what Pushpa Kumara should have been doing in that previous over. He kept bowling in the slot, and Pandya just kept saying thank you and tonking him way over the side screen. So this has been very, very good batting by Hardik Pandya. He's on 83. But I think Sandakan just a little bit bring some variation in. Here he is now, bowls over the wicket to Pandya. And Pandya struck this one but didn't time it at all. And Sandakan feels got the bottom of the bat. And Pandya is not happy. He's signalling to the dressing room. Maybe he's damaged his bat, looking at the base of the bat. He gave it a real heave, did Pandya on that occasion. And replacement bats coming out. Akshar Patel, who was flown in as a replacement, is the man who comes out with a replacement bat. And long gone are those days where people went on tours with one or two bats. Now there are coffins, as they're called, multiple cricket bats, and often we see players carrying a whole load of them on any long tour. Here's Sandakan in to bowl to Pandya this time, and watches it carefully, intelligently bowled by the young man, and pushed away. It was the wrong one from the Chinaman bowler. And Birinder, it's very interesting to see the difference of approach between Pushpa Kumara and Sandakan.
प्रकाश पुष्प कुमारा विकेट के बीचों बीच ही एक ही तरह से गेंदबाजी कर रहे थे और एक ही तरह से उन्हें मारा गया, स्लैश किया गया पांड्या द्वारा। इस बीच संदाकन की अगली गेंद फ्लाइट ऑफ स्टंप से बाहर, गुगली टिप्पा खाने के बाद और बाहर की तरफ निकली। कदमों का इस्तेमाल करके इसे मारना जरूर चाहते थे पांड्या, मगर जब देखा कि गेंद काफी बाहर है तो वापस क्रीज में आ गए।
Last ball of the over from Sandakan. We're going to see Pandya looking for a single to retain strike. Let's wait and see. Bowls, and Pandya whips it away through mid-wicket. He's going to pick up that single that he wanted and will retain strike as a result of that. So 459 for 9, 117 overs now bowled.
क्या आप किसी कंपनी, डीलर या सर्विस प्रोवाइडर द्वारा खुद को ठगा हुआ महसूस करते हैं?
क्या आपकी कई शिकायतों के बाद भी उस सेवा प्रदाता ने कोई संतोषजनक कार्रवाई नहीं की?
तो अब समय है कंज्यूमर फोरम से संपर्क करने का।
एक सादे कागज पर अपनी शिकायत सामान या सेवा लेने के 2 साल के भीतर उपभोक्ता अदालत में दर्ज करवाएं। साथ ही अपनी पिछली शिकायतों और बिल वगैरह की फोटोकॉपी भी लगाएं।
उपभोक्ता अधिकार हक है आपका। जागो ग्राहक जागो।
उपभोक्ता मामले विभाग, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
तो इस समय हार्दिक पांड्या आक्रामक पारी खेलते हुए, मनोरंजन करते हुए और भारत के खाते में जल्दी से रन बटोरते हुए 459 9 विकेट पर इस समय भारत। कुलदीप यादव उनके साथ हैं 2 रन पर और पांड्या 84 पर यहाँ पर बल्लेबाजी कर रहे हैं। शानदार स्ट्रोक्स उनके बल्ले से देखने को मिले हैं। हर तरह का शॉट खेला है इस पारी में उन्होंने, पुल शॉट और विशेष तौर पर स्पिनर्स पर जिस तरह से उन्होंने आक्रमण किया है वो काबिले तारीफ है। और इसीलिए गेंदबाजी में परिवर्तन, कुमारा को बुलाया गया है गेंदबाजी के लिए, जो कि 21 ओवर्स अब तक इस पारी में डाल चुके हैं। 88 रन उन्होंने दिए हैं और सफलता उन्हें नहीं मिली है। और उसका कारण ये है कि अच्छी दिशा में इस पारी में गेंदबाजी नहीं कर पाए हैं अभी तक कुमारा। काफी शॉर्ट पिच और काफी कमजोर गेंदें फेंकी हैं उन्होंने, जिसकी वजह से किसी भी बल्लेबाज के ऊपर प्रभाव नहीं जमा पाए। हार्दिक पांड्या 74 गेंदों में 84 रन। किस तरह के तेवर रहेंगे कुमारा के खिलाफ, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि ये आखिरी विकेट है, किसी भी समय पारी समाप्त हो सकती है और उससे पहले अपना शतक पूरा करने के लिए इसी तरह से आक्रमण करते रहना होगा गेंदबाजों के ऊपर। फील्डिंग का फैलाव दूर दूर तक कर दिया गया है। हार्दिक पांड्या के तेवर देखते हुए सिर्फ एक गली के स्थान पर फील्डर है और बाकी सभी फील्डर्स बाउंड्री लाइन पर नजर आ रहे हैं। घेरे में भी कोई फील्डर नजर नहीं आ रहा है। लॉन्ग ऑन, डीप कवर, डीप पॉइंट, डीप थर्ड मैन, लॉन्ग ऑन, डीप मिड विकेट और डीप स्क्वायर लेग। कुमारा अपने ओवर की पहली गेंद लेकर हार्दिक पांड्या के लिए पटकी हुई, जिसमें उछाल था और इसे बैकफुट पर जाकर उछलकर, कदमों पर उछलकर खेला था हार्दिक पांड्या ने। फील्डर दूर दूर है प्रकाश और सिंगल ही मिल पाएगा।
दूर दूर, I mean, if the bowler or the wicket keeper have to speak somebody, they'll have need a mobile phone because there's nobody anywhere close within even visual distance. Every single fielder is out on the boundary, but that's understandable given the kind of approach that Pandya has taken, and it'll be interesting to see how he approaches this next delivery from Kumara.
कुमारा की अगली गेंद ओवर द विकेट, एक बार फिर से पटकी हुई, पुल किया है इसे डीप पॉइंट लेग क्षेत्र पर। गेंद सीमा रेखा पार कर गई, हवाई रूट लेती हुई 6 रन के लिए।
So Pandya into the 90s now with another massive hook 6 over backward square leg. So Hardik Pandya in an unstoppable mood. Is this young man on the verge of his maiden test 100? We'll have to wait and see. And suddenly there's such a spark in the game that has been brought in by this absolutely magnificent attack by Hardik Pandya. He really has creamed this Sri Lankan attack, and now we'll have to see what the Sri Lankan captain and the bowler have in mind. The field, as Birinder said, very, very well spread out. Everybody around the boundary virtually, and Chandimal himself must be wondering, where did the script go wrong?
कुमारा एक बार फिर से, इस बार राउंड द विकेट पांड्या के लिए, और ये गेंद गुड लेंथ गेंद, इसे सीधे बल्ले से खेलना चाहते थे, सही तरह से खेल नहीं पाए थे। भीतरी किनारा लेकर गेंद पैड से टकराई, मगर किसी तरह का भी नुकसान नहीं। प्रकाश पांड्या को किसी ने ये तो नहीं बता दिया कि हवाई यात्रा सस्ती हो गई, ज्यादा हवाई यात्रा कर रहे हैं।
Very, very interesting comment. But you know what is remarkable is the exuberance of youth. These young players, they're not afraid of anything. Another time, another player would have been thinking, okay, I'm now so close to my maiden 100, let me do something different, let me play defensively. But no such thoughts in their minds. Fearless cricketers, that's the new breed. Yes, Kumara bowls to Pandya, and Pandya drives this time all along the ground. So he chose ground travel this time. Out to long off, single was available, didn't take it, and will obviously want to retain the strike as much as he can and then farm it. So 2 balls to go in this over, and Kumara walks back to the top of his run. Umesh Yadav having an absolutely brilliant view of this carnage that is being carried out by Hardik Pandya from the security of the non-striker's end.
कुमारा राउंड द विकेट एक बार फिर से पांड्या के लिए, 465 पर 9 है भारत इस बार। ये गेंद गुड लेंथ लेग स्टंप से बाहर, जिसे फ्लिक कर दिया गया डीप स्क्वायर लेग क्षेत्र पर। संदाकन है वहां पर, जब तक गेंद को फील्ड करके थ्रो करेंगे 1 रन बनाने का मौका। इस आखिरी बॉल पे ये जोखिम लिया है कि 1 बॉल तो खेल ही जाएंगे उमेश यादव।
Simple job for Umesh Yadav. Block this delivery, keep your wicket intact, and let Pandya continue his journey towards his 100. And let's see how Umesh Yadav copes with it. In the meanwhile, SMSs continue to flow in. This is from Badri Prasad Soni from Allahabad. He says, thanks to all of you for sketching a live scene of cricket match. Thank you, Badri. Next one is from Imran Khan from Sankro. He says, dear sir, your commentary team are very great. I salute you. I'm listening to the commentary with my father. Thanks to all of the team. Here's Kumara, last ball of the over to Umesh Yadav looking for the Yorker. It's a full toss. Yadav gets his bat down on time and achieves the mission given to him. And in the process, I think he's broken his bat, which is now looking sort of like a L-shaped piece